And we're live. What's going on, everybody? Happy Wednesday. I remembered to hit the low latency button before going live, so we are off to a good start. But yeah, I hope everyone's doing great. Let's see who's all here today. Alien, DJ, Ted, 24/7, Eggy, Emma, Dan. I know there were some people here earlier up top. Luke, BBs, Carl, Ray, what's going on? Man, it has been a busy week since last week. If you weren't here last week was our 1-year stream, which was absolutely insane. I had so much fun. I was so pumped. The second ended, I went and I fell asleep for like 2 or 3 hours. It was just all the energy I had was completely exhausted out of me, but it was so much fun. Turnout was insane. Everybody had a really good time, and for all winners, I did contact, everyone should have received their emails or their Discord messages. I went through my list Wednesday night after I woke up from my nap and was like, nope, I'm taking care of all the prizes right now. So if you didn't get an email and you were supposed to get an email, please contact me and let me know what your email/Discord is, but everyone should be taken care of. And yeah, massive thank you to everyone that showed up, and also all of the awesome vendors. Hey, what's up? Hi, Jose. Yeah, Jose, my Christmas was crazy quick. I messaged them on Wednesday night, and I think Thursday I had tracking for everybody, which was just nuts. Or maybe, yeah, something like that. It's been a really busy week. For anybody that, again, wasn't here or was here, Polymaker sent a care package of Filament. I had asked for like 4 or 5 spools for a couple 3D printer projects, and they sent their entire catalog of 27 spools of ABS and ASA. And so some of them showed up prior to the stream, the rest of it showed up after the stream. And so I was kind of freaking out trying to figure out where I was gonna put all the filament. And I don't have tubs for them all, and I usually leave them out in the open, but the garage, because I've been doing woodworking stuff, there's sawdust everywhere, and I didn't want to get that on the filament. So my big project for, let's see, if you didn't see it, ta-da! That was my big project for a good chunk of the weekend, actually. Yeah, so it was really fun because, well, it was interesting because there was a couple places where this thing told me that there was a stud, and I drilled through and there wasn't a stud, so that was fun. I also learned why you don't get cheap screws, and also why you need to pre-drill with the right sized bit, because there was a couple of screws that I was drilling in, and they were really cheap screws, and like 2 or 3 of them split in half, so that was fun. Anyways, this is really cool though. I think it turned out awesome. I got to use a laser cutter. You can print out everything if you want, but because I have the laser cutters in the garage, these are all cut out of 5mm plywood. The actual like printed French cleat thing is in Polymaker PETG. I threw on a, gosh, was it a 1mm? I think it was a 0.8mm nozzle on the Prusa MK3S. I haven't used that printer in a while, so I threw a big nozzle on it, printed out all those, and then these were all printed on the Bamboo Lab, which is now out in the garage, which I will explain to you guys a little bit about that. But yeah, these are out of ABS, and then these end caps add a little bit of stability to the ends, and they also just make it look nicer. So really happy with how it turned out. There's officially no filament on the ground. Okay, there's 2 spools on the ground, but most all the filament has a home, which is really nice. But yeah, it took me a while. I picked up I don't think I have it here anymore, but in the past I'd use a Dremel to cut out the conduit, and it just always felt kind of sketchy, so I bought a pipe cutter, which worked really well, but man, it's a little bit of a hand workout. So anyways, that's, thank you, Pi. Yeah, keep your ASA and PTG dry. I have never had an issue with ASA or ABS, DJ, but yeah, PTG, PETGs, TPUs, nylons, and PVAs, I won't touch them without drying them now beforehand. Nylon specifically, even if it's completely sealed from the manufacturer, I will cut it open and dry it for some hours, because the amount of spools that I've had show up, especially nylons, and PVA is notoriously bad, but I dry those out now every time. But yeah, PLA, ABS, and ASA I've never had issues with. PLA, the only thing that'll sometimes happen is the filament will get a little bit more brittle on the spool, which typically isn't an issue if you have a direct path from filament to extruder. But if you have a bend it has to go through, I've had some crack, but once it prints and actually gets heated and cools down, as far as properties go, it usually handles or behaves the same way as all of it, other PLA. Prusa's warnings on their ASA, as ASA is hygroscopic. Technically all thermoplastics are hygroscopic, if I'm not mistaken, and it's just 2 different degrees. But ASA and ABS are both styrenes and very similar with the exception of the UV resistant property. And so I've never had an issue. That being said though, everybody lives in completely different climates and situations, and from where I was at in California was technically a desert. Here it's pretty dry, but if you're in Florida, it might be a completely different scenario. So everybody sort of has to decide for themselves what works best. But I personally have never had an issue, at least to the point where it's caused any kind of popping, or usually if the filament's wet, if it's really bad, I can hear it or see steam. And if it's not really bad, I can still see the prints typically have some sort of a artifact to them. They just don't look quite as clean. So, I don't also spoil for a month and it prints. Yeah, same here. I've never had issues with ASA. 50 to 70% humidity. Yeah, that's rough. I would. Yeah, I don't know what it is in here, but I think it's probably no more than 30%, so it hasn't been too bad. So yeah, anyways, the other thing, we're gonna be building, hopefully the XY gantry, or I guess, yeah, XY gantry today on the SecKit Cube. I've got everything, most everything in this little bucket right here, but I did want to mention the Bamboo Lab X1 Carbon. It's now living in the garage, and the reason why it's living in the garage is that I have determined that this surface, or these carts, are making the print quality bad, like just not nearly as good. So as part of living in a small space prior to moving here, I got used to, like, everything had to have wheels on it or a cart, because I just was constantly moving things around and there wasn't enough space for everything, so it was like wheel things in, wheel things out. And keeping that mentality when we first moved in here, I found these, and these are basically kitchen carts, right? So you kind of slide them in your pantry, you can have an appliance on them. They're metal racks with a pretty decent sized wooden slab on top, and I was like, oh, that'll look really nice on camera. The issue is, these things, I don't know how well you can see it, but they are the most wobbly. They're on casters, they're tall, and they're very, very wobbly. And coming from using lac tables, I never really had an issue, or at least not a noticeable issue. The difference is, though, that prior to Clipper, I was printing at like 60 millimeters a second. So the vibrations of everything just wasn't nearly as much, even if I was printing on a table or some kind of surface that wasn't exactly very secure. The difference, lower the beats a little? Okay, I can do that. It's a little loud for me too in my ear. I feel like I'm yelling. I don't want to yell at you guys. Is that better? So it was never an issue before, but I also wasn't printing as quickly. With the Bamboo Lab printing at, its default speeds of 250 to 300-ish, whatever, millimeters per second, the vibrations are substantial. And even with the resonance compensation or input shaper that it runs, it's only able to counter so much. And yeah, I discovered after printing a part here, moving it to the garage onto my muscle rack, which is on concrete and just a much heavier duty rack, and printing the exact same part. Oh, do I have it? I think I threw it out. Oh, I think I threw it out. Let me see if it's in here. I would love to just show you guys. You know what? I've got a photo. I've got a photo. It's on 1 second. I gotta show you guys it. It's absolutely nuts. So, no, just, I guess as like an FYI, and I know it sounds obvious, like have your printer on something, hey Liz, thank you. You need a concrete slab and foam padding. I do, even out in the garage, I think that the concrete slab, I know that 24/7 Printing showed his racks and he had foam and concrete pavers, and I don't know on these whether I really care. These are kind of gonna be more placeholders, like the V0.1 at, moderate speeds or fine, but just if you're printing berserk, you need to have a secure surface. Let me see if I can find that photo I took though. It was crazy seeing, yeah, all right, let's see, save image, unable, why? Open original. Hey, Matthew, thank you very much for the gifted membership. I'm not sure if this is or was the best idea still. It's what I've seen, like I think Stefan did something similar. And I know that I've seen, I think Pooch, his Prussia farm has that as well. So I won't be able to, oh, you know what? Here we go. Let's see if this works for you guys. Okay, check this out. So this is the exact same part. And part of why it looks so bad also is that this was a huge batch of printer parts. And so the printer was hitting like pretty insane accelerations and the cooling wasn't really able to keep up. I printed the same part on a plate of its own after, and it was like, wow, it's super clean. But this is in the old location. Look at this. This is supposed to be a solid line. Look at the curviness of this. It is absolutely insane versus this was the same batch of parts, but this is in its new location. I mean, it was a massive difference. Like here it was huge, you know, here it's cleaner. All of the like corners seem to have weird, almost looked like retraction issues, but they were completely gone on the new location. But it was, I mean, it was a, I mean, look at that, it's insane. So again, this is the first time I've ever noticed it, because I think of just the extreme speeds. I did try recalibrating, yeah. So I ran the whole calibration process on here, so it did the resonance compensation on the shaky cart. It just was not able to keep up with it. And I actually sent this over to the Bamboo support team, because before I determined this was a huge part of what was going on, they were like, there's no way, it's not that. And so they had me send photos of both setups so that way they could try to replicate what was going on. But I've never seen just such insane wobbliness. Yeah, let me see if I think I've got another one. Yeah, here's another one for you guys. Different angle. So look at the these corners here. I don't know how well it shows up on video, but if you look at it, looks almost like it's a retraction issue where there's just less filament deposited pretty much on all the corners. It's the same way down this whole side here. It's the same way throughout this whole side, and then this one. And it's like the corners are much sharper. There's none of that looking issue. So just interesting. Something you should always print on the most secure surface you have, but something to consider if you're printing on things like lac tables that have a lot of wobble, that when you're pushing the machines at quicker speeds, it amplifies the sort of instability of your build surface. So my bendy prints were worse in the middle of my table. I moved it over to the legs of the table and added a marble slab. Oh, interesting. Yeah, I think that there is the resonance of the printer and the resonance of the surface under the printer. You can only compensate for the resonance of the printer. Yeah, really interesting. You could say the print was done during a lasting earthquake. Yeah, absolutely nuts. Definitely much more than I would have expected, and it just got me thinking now more so that I will probably end up picking up some kind of insulation and pavers as well, just to see the difference that it makes, because again, very extreme scenario. These things are tall towers and they're just the shakiest things ever, but just something to think about. And yeah, I think with that, we're ready to start building. I've ranted for about 15 minutes now. I just thought it was super interesting. I spent a lot of time troubleshooting the Bamboo Lab. Not sure what it was. I thought it was a hardware issue. I thought it was all sorts of other things. But in this situation with this, it was location was the #1 thing. So anyways, today we are going to be continuing on the SecKit Cube. We're going to be doing the XY plane, hopefully getting all the way through it. I did as much prep as I could as far as putting the hardware in a nice tub, so that way I can find it a little bit easier. And then we also will be doing our giveaway, our awesome Polymaker giveaway at, let's see, it's 1:15 my time. So in an hour and 15 minutes, we'll open up the drawing for that. I'm using a 50-pounder slip paver underneath my 350 B2. Interesting. Hey Lisa, I'm building a workbench in the garage for a fairly large CNC machine, and in my research, I did see a lot of people mentioning to get some kind of dampening foam of sorts, and I think that it's more for sound than actually creating chatter in the machine, because the machine is just, it should be a very stiff and rigid machine, but it's interesting. It's just, there's always something new, you know? Like after all this time of printing, it's just, I've used double or triple decker lac tables at our last place, and I never had issues, but printing at 60 millimeters a second with, you know, sub $1,000 acceleration is a big difference over, you know, what something like the Bamboo's going at. No, giveaway link will go live in an hour and 14 minutes, so it's not live yet. Okay, so moving forward, we finished the Z-axis last week. Nope, 2 weeks ago. I already did this, so the limit switch for the X-axis actually needs to be glued into place, which is kind of interesting. It says the holes for the end stop, and the carbon fiber extruder carriage are a bit larger in some versions. So the first step here is to apply super glue between end stop and carriage and let it cure. The two M2 bolts are for positioning pins only. So I did that. And it worked pretty well. So limit switch is installed. Again, you basically use the two screws to help align it as best as I could with the little holes, and then just use a drop of super glue to hold it in place. I'm not crazy about, like, I wish that you didn't have to glue the limit switch in place, but to be fair, the limit switch doesn't really have much stress on it. So, these kind of powers, pavers under subwoofer speakers and printers for years, and some foam between them. Yeah, I need to do that. I never really understood it. I was like, yeah, I get it. Like, you want your printer to be secure, but my prints are looking great, and until they're not. Now I'm like, yeah, I really get it. Okay, so we've got this examination, apply a tiny bit of glue, do the same thing. So I did this as well. I don't think that I used glue on the Y end stop. If I recall, yeah, I don't think that I glued these in place. I don't see any glue. For the Y, I'm pretty sure, oops, that's me. For the Y, I'm pretty sure that the bolts just fit really nicely into the printed part. So there's the other limit switch. How do I like the build so far? So the build's been rough, man. Like, there's no way to sugarcoat it. And it's not even that it's a difficult build, I would say. It's just the instructions had so many gaps. And so many things that didn't match. Like, a lot of the images in the guide are from a beta unit, which just don't match with my unit. And it sounds like my unit is using some parts, like this back panel that's drilled differently, was from a beta unit. It sounds like. So the build's been rough, man. I've provided a lot of feedback because I don't think that it has to be a rough build, just that the instructions need improvements. And I will say that the creator of it's been awesome and, like, confessed to me that, you know, he has never really gotten to see this printer at least built live, and he's seeing that there's quite a bit of disconnect between what made sense to him and what makes sense to the user or to the builder. So they did make some changes as far as how the bolts are called out. Like, they added arrows and color coding. They also added, let me see, is it here? Something you need to know. Here we go. So this is new. This wasn't here when I first started building it, which was like a month ago now. Hardware labeled in bold are located at this side facing towards you. There was a lot of parts where I couldn't tell if a bolt or a nut was supposed to go on the inside or the outside. So they corrected that. Hardware labeled in light fonts are located on the other side. Hardware labeled in parentheses are optional. Usually they are M3 washers, and arrows of the same color indicate that holes using the same kind of hardware. So all the yellows are the standoffs, they're facing you. A washer and a bolt are on the opposite side. So it's helped. This has definitely helped, but this wasn't here. Yeah, it just wasn't here. So I'm doing my best. I like the printer, and I want the project to succeed, and I think that the creator seems, from my interactions with him, seems like a really awesome guy that really cares about his printers and his projects, and just needs some feedback as far as how to make it where this is actually an accessible project for most. Because I know that 3D Printing General had reached out to me about some stuff with the printer and with Clipper, and I was doing my best to help him out. But he has a lot of experience with 3D printing. Maybe not kit building as much or Clipper, but the video, I watched his video on it, and I don't normally watch videos on printers I'm working on or building because I don't want anything to sort of influence my perspective on something, right? Like, I want it to all be my experience. But because of this sort of uniqueness of this and me getting involved with trying to help him with some of the elements of it, I was curious to see what he thought. And so far, a lot of what I am seeing definitely is mirroring what he saw and how he feels about the build so far. So I'm hoping that the end result is an awesome printer. But yeah, the build side of things have been tough, and the reason for it is just ambiguity and all sorts of information in here that just sort of throws you off. Yeah, it's been quite a challenge. And it's great that they're learning from your experience and making the changes. Yeah, I will say that, yeah, my nose, I'm gonna go grab a tissue. I will say that the level of responsiveness from the creator has been very, what's it, like, it's been very, like, positive to see. Basically all my feedback. So a lot of manufacturers, because I typically, like, I want everyone to succeed, right? Like, I don't want any printer or project to fail. And so as testing out stuff, my goal is always to try to give feedback, whether it's positive or negative. Feedback is, I think, very valuable, and I'm doing a disservice to myself and everybody if I don't provide that feedback in the form of videos and emails. And it's interesting that some of the manufacturers, and some of it's also lost in translation, so I want to give some slack to some, but like, just don't get it, or they'll make an excuse for like, why is this way? It should be like this. People will want this, trust me, or whatever, however, and they'll kind of make excuses. Well, with this project, everything that I've said has been like, nope, absolutely, yep, I like very much like understanding and not trying to argue the points, because I told them, like, I sent a long email, and at the end of it I said, like, just so you know, like, this isn't me trying to like bash. What happened? Can you guys hear me? Weird. The internal temperature too high. That is a first. Okay, well, we'll go side camera for a second here while I figure out what's going on. It's never happened before. I mean, I will say, well, while camera's rolling, you guys can at least hear me. Yeah, it's the first time that's ever happened. I will say that, like, I'm using a, like, dummy battery that plugs directly into the wall, but I've used this thing for a very long time, so I'm wondering if this battery is starting to go bad, this dummy battery, or if it's the camera thing. Well, we'll try it again. That's really bizarre. I was just, maybe it knows. I was looking at other cameras this morning. Sony released a new camera, and it's well out of my budget. Yeah, it shows thermal. Interesting. Let me see here. I believe there's an option where I can adjust thermal sensitivity. I might be able to bump it a bit more. Give me 1 second, everybody. Lens, auto, bracket. Focus, focus. Oh. Okay, I don't see it here. Exposure, maybe it's under network, setup. Power, save, auto power, off temp. Wait, auto power, off temp? Temperature of the device may rise to prioritize recording. No, I already have it set, so interesting. It's still showing the thermal warning. Well, I don't know. Something tells me it might shut off again. Yeah, the A7 RV is what I was looking at this morning. It basically has like some AI with it where you can take photos of your face and it remembers that and it can prioritize it out of a scene, which is insane. The issue is that I looked at the price of it and it's $4,000, which is about 4 times more expensive than the camera I've been using, and I can't. Point a fan on it. We have our fan in our, I can open a window in here. Maybe that will help a little bit. I let some cool air in. I'll have to explore it a little bit after the stream. Well, let's definitely get building. I'll stop ranting so we can actually get some stuff done. Let me turn the heater off because it seems counterintuitive to have the window open and have the heater on. But yeah, that's a first for me. I already have it set to like, let's see, system off, done. All right, heater's off. Yeah, I have it set to like high temperature because it originally was really sensitive and recorded over 10 minutes, it would freak out. Yeah, still has a thermal warning, not good. Probably start with ordering a different battery and seeing if it's a battery issue. Okay, anyways, I only have our tower fan that's in the bedroom, but we'll see if this works. Okay, build with purpose. So I already did this part. The rear pulley sets I actually did way in advance. I will say that if worst comes to worst, we could just use this camera. Oops, nope. We could just use this camera, which will still allow us to do all the build. You guys, we just turn off the overlay of the other one. So the first step is to install these guys, which are already installed. If you guys remember, anyone that saw the earlier stream, one of the issues we were having were with these. The nuts were just not fitting. They were cracking, I think that's what it was. And we reprinted them scaled up for ABS and they are in place. I was actually told after that these are optional. They're belt tensioners. And so the way they work is there's bearings on the inside of them. And when you run the belt path for the CoreXY, you can push them basically into the belt, causing a little bit of extra tension on them. However, it's not the only tension point in the CoreXY belt path, so they've been moved since to optional, but I already have them on here. If they break, then I will. Oh no, we have bots already. I wonder how straight they get the bent steel for this to work well. Yeah, I don't know. That's a good question. So we are done with that at least, so we can move on to the next part. Now it says Y linear guide, so let's try that. I'm gonna move printer to the ground so we've got more space. And we are going to grab, let's see. There we go. Let's see, I can probably do it. Report. Reported. Does it not remove all of them? Huh, looks like you have to manually remove. G-Funny is always on top of it. Remove, okay. It's gone. Okay, so we've got that, we've got a rail, and it's the MGN9, so the smaller rail. Nut, M3 nuts, and M3, let's see, M3 nuts. Can't you block them removing? I did block them, or I reported them. Maybe there's another option. I think you need to do the last one and it goes back to, okay, I'll try. I'll try it again then. Build volume on this, that's a great question. I wanna say it's roughly 200. I think it's 200 by 200 millimeters. Yeah, it's 200 millimeters cubed. That makes it easy. So roughly, if I'm not mistaken, 8 inches cubed is what that translates to. Oh my, oh, I thought, damn it, Dan. Yeah, it's just overheating. Let's, that is so bizarre. All right, so we will go ahead. You guys won't be able to see me. That makes me sad. Let's go ahead and remove mobile Panasonic. Nope, that's not right. There we go. Man, I fell for that. Yeah, I don't know. I'll order a new battery afterwards and see if it's just the battery causing it. And if it's the camera, that's gonna be a problem. So. Okay, back to what I was doing. All right, M308s. M308s. So that's what attaches. Okay. Water cooler. My floor, yeah, my floor definitely needs some cleaning. Being organized is really tough for me. I try, I really do try. Okay, so M308's on the front side, and then a nut on the back side. That is a very small. Something seems off. Oh no, I guess that's right. Yeah, my issue is once I start working on a project, I don't like to put it away. My brain, the way it works is like, I need the project out until I'm done with it. But the problem with that is I'm rarely working on one project. Usually it's lots of projects at the same time. And let's put these little blockers back in so we don't accidentally lose the rail. Yeah, the issue with that is that I'm very often working on lots of projects at the same time. So it just becomes a complete mess. That being said, to others, it looks like a mess. And I mean, by all counts, I guess it is a mess. But for me, it's my organized mess. Like I know where things are when it's in that mess. And as soon as things get put away, I can't find anything. Oh, let me turn the actual camera off and see what happens. We'll try again in a little bit. It was on for at least half an hour, so I don't know. Poor camera. It's been like, it's gone through a lot, that camera. I mean, I've used it pretty much every day for a couple of years now. And it's been out in the garage, and when I've been working on, you know, sawdust stuff, it's getting a little dirty. Yeah, organized chaos. Sorry, Dan. We're safe now. Yeah, organized mess, organized. Yeah, majorly. I will say though, the sort of not exception, because it doesn't change that, but the other part of that though is that when I want to start a new project, I cannot start a new project until things are back and organized. It just, like, I need that clean slate when a new project begins, but yeah, once it's going, it just needs to stay as is until it's done. I will say though, like, I'm very interested in, like, it feels nice having the rep racks on the wall and the filament all kind of stored nicely, and I spent a good amount of, how many more holes do we have? It's like 5 in total. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, I spent a good amount of the last couple days watching videos on sort of like shop organization, mostly woodworking stuff, just because I've got lasers and like the CNC stuff out in the garage and gotten some saw tools, and so just to try to figure that all out. But man, there's a lot to shop organization. It's absolutely insane. Hey, what's up, Steve? Happy Wednesday. Don't play with your rail without protection. I thought you were going to say, Aaron, to Aaron, it's a mess. I know what you mean. I know I have some PTFE tubing around here. Can't find it, so I ordered. Oh gosh, the amount of times yeah, that is frustrating. When you know you have a thing, and like it's always around too, right? Like you can always find it. Like, up there, it's somewhere here. But when you actually need it, you can't find it, and then you order more. But then you always end up finding it after you've ordered more. It's kind of the story of my life. It's just, I feel that with with the stuff that I do, and maybe it's 3D printing or just the amount of other things, like organization of it all, it seems so tough. There's just so many small components and things like that that I don't really know, you know, where to store it all. And so, I mean, I've got like little screw compartments in the garage. I've got so many tubs, like, I start tubs all the time, right? And then the tubs just get really messy. So like, I would deem this as like Voron tub. This is basically like the rest of the parts from the Switchwire build that are left over. The rest of the parts are my V0 builds, Voron mods that I got in. So like, I try to compartmentalize stuff as best as I can, but it only goes so far, and then it just, I don't know. You need to get yourself. You need to get yourself a shelf. I'll put it, oh yeah. Well, in the garage now, there's 3 muscle racks and another rack system. So I am trying to, wait, that's weird. I see Nero, I see Nero's message on stream, but I don't see it in chat, which is weird, like super bizarre. Maybe, did you retract the message? I don't know. Yeah, it's just, I don't know. Yeah, I'm figuring it out. I thought that once we had more space that everything would just sort of figure itself out, but what I'm noticing now is having more space is just allowing me to sort of accumulate more crap. So that's what's happening, is like I have more space, but I have more stuff, and in turn it's just a, okay, this seems like not a very good, okay, this is not the right size either. Come on, guy. Yeah, it's just it's a constant struggle. More space just means more things. Yeah, yeah, you're not wrong. The new problem I'm running into, which I don't know why I never considered it before. I guess I didn't grow up around wood tools. Like my dad had a saw. Okay, I don't really know why this is being such a jerk. I didn't really grow up around like wood stuff, and so I should have anticipated it, but the new problem is printers are all living on racks in the garage, and now I have like lasers and a CNC and saw tools. Like I've been cutting and making like some tables and just little projects, and now all of my 3D printers have a fine layer of sawdust. So now the new problem is, what do I do? Do I, like looking online at, you know, garage dust collection, the systems are so expensive to run crazy intricate tubing around everything, and then I'm looking at like enclosure systems for all the printers. I don't like these screws are not gripping very well. Saw tools, will you return this year's saw? Yeah, like basically, like a couple skill saws now. I just got a miter saw in, and I really want either a table saw or a, okay, hopefully that's tight enough, man. I just got, yeah, I'm looking at track saws or table saws, but I've always been interested in doing some woodworking stuff. I just never had a garage, but the two, 3D printing and woodworking, don't seem to love each other. My 54 by 36 shed is covered in sawdust, regular dust. Yeah. So I have right now just a shop vac with a, I have a shop vac with a Cyclone hooked up, but it's only, like right now it's towards the CNC machine. It's not ran to everywhere. But I know that a lot of people seem to swear by these guys. I'll show you guys. I don't know how, I'm gonna do my best to be productive today, everyone, but I feel like I'm getting lost in the conversations already. Let's see, so dust, is dust extractor for woodworking? Let me see what comes up like this. Okay, yeah. Here we go. So these, I've seen a lot of people swear by these, and they have multiple of them. My issue with that is they're $660, and even one of those, oh my God, the bots. Oh my gosh, it is gonna be, let's see, hide user on this channel. What happens if I just hide user on this channel? Does it delete all of them? No. Okay, okay, cool. So I can do that, and then I can report. Report. Yeah, so everyone seems to swear by these guys, and they look awesome. But the the issue. Oh, we've still got the. Today is definitely a. All right, we'll remove that. I don't know if you were here for it, but the webcam border, the camera, the main camera overheated too. So we can. It's just one of those days. I've got a Festool, it's a very nice machine. I've also got a Canvac dual motor thing that's more stationary, also a great piece of kit. Yeah, these seem awesome. And I know that like they have, I can't think of what they're called, but they're basically like valves. So if you have this running to multiple machines, it doesn't have the suction power for all of them. You can sort of open and close, they're called gates. I think they're called some sort of gates. And they seem great. It's just, again, the price point of even buying one of these right now is like, ooh, $660. So I think that that's something I'll work towards, but it's just a lot right now. So yeah, it's been, it's always something. Always something. And now, like the camera, I have to figure out what's going on with this camera because this is what I use for everything. Blastgate. Okay, it didn't sound right, but Blastgate is what it is. Okay, so we've got this. Now we need this part, which I think these are mirrored. Let's see. Makes me sad that I can't see everyone, but we'll try the camera in a little bit. Build a 1000mm printer and print a dust collector. Perfect. The Festool's amazing for what it is, but if you have it stationary, it's kind of a waste. Okay, gotcha. She'd want to move it around. Put a clear curtain in front of the printers for now. Not perfect, but it will limit airflow. Yeah, that might not be a bad idea. Aaron recommended it. We saw someone else in the neighborhood that seems to... I want to make friends with this person. I don't know who they are, but they work on saw stuff. I saw a exhaust tube coming out from under their garage, so I was like, laser buddy? But they have some kind of that stuff that you're describing, which I think is what they use for painting, right? When you're using like a... when you're using like a paint hose or whatever that's spraying everywhere, you kind of use it to cover everything. Yeah, I might need to do the same. Okay, so I don't know if the Allen keys I have are just not the right size, but I am not getting a very good grip of these bolts. And I want them to grip well because of the fact that this is what's holding the linear rail in place. Too small. Too large. Dude, it must be an awkward size. This looks too small. All right, we're gonna rock with it as is then. Use a laser box as an extractor fan. I'm gonna use it for my track saw router. Well, we've been doing a lot of sanding lately. We're restoring a piece of furniture that Aaron has, and the sanding has just been absolutely brutal. That's kind of the biggest element of it. I mean, when I was using the when I've been using the skill saw for the couple work tables or workbenches up in the building, it creates a lot, but the orbital sander has just been nuts. Okay, countersunk M306s. What do you mean by laser box as an extractor fan? Nice. Do you mean the CO2 laser that I have? Because so the CO2 laser, for anyone that was here when we did the stream on that, the built-in fan that goes to the filtration system is okay at best. The pull is just not strong enough. Luckily, when they send it with a there we go. When they send it with a, words are tough, inline fan as well. And so I'm not using the filter, instead I'm using the inline fan, and it's basically just kicking, this is not a fun direction. It's basically kicking all of the smoke out of the garage instead of filtering it, and that's working much better. I tried it in the garage after we did that stream, and was smoking myself out. Like it was not good. So that's currently what I'm using. Let's see if I can get this at least lined up. Festool sanders. Festool makes sanders? Okay, I'm not gonna fully seat this until we get the rest in. I honestly think this would be a great job for my WoW stick that I never use. Angus would be so angry with you. Angus wants to hook me up with a good filtration system. I will absolutely use it. I have a decent one from Omtech. Okay, this should be the one. I have a decent one from Omtech, and it also... These screws are not fun. It just doesn't do a good enough job. I don't really know. It doesn't. I have one that filters. It's basically like a big hose that you put next to it. And if I'm using the fiber laser and it's just doing some etching, it's totally fine. But if I'm cutting anything, the amount of smoke it produces, it just cannot keep up with. Gotcha, they're expensive. Yeah, I've kind of decided, extractors are awesome, but the standard shop back hooked up to random orbital sander works really well. Just keep the filter clean often. Yeah, I need to just create adapters. That's my current issue with the shop vac stuff, is that it's just not the right size, the adapter. I just need to print them out, honestly. It wouldn't take very long to just go around, measure everything, and print out little adapters out of like TPU. I just haven't done it yet. Yeah, tool-wise, because I've never really had any tools, not like power tools at least. The exception is I bought like a Harbor Freight drill 6 or 7 years ago, and so I'm now getting some tools since I have the garage, and I'm like, yeah, I'm working on some more stuff. However, after doing a lot of research, I decided that I'm going with Ryobi, and I'm going with Ryobi primarily because of the price, not because of the performance. I don't have any comparison because I haven't had any tools, and so for me, like, it's perfect for the stuff I'm doing for myself around here. I know that a lot of other people swear by a lot of other brands, but that's kind of what I've been going with, and I am a huge fan of their battery system and how many tools there are for their battery system. Middle age is hitting hard. Yep, I hit 30, and now all I want to do is work on wood projects in my garage. 5-in-1 drill and driver with changeable fronts. That sounds awesome. Does the filtration system you have an exhaust? If so, you're still supposed to exhaust the outside. Yeah, it does have an exhaust. However, dude, multitasking is tough. So the machine came with like foil hoses, so similar to what's used for, or ducting, I guess is the right word, right? It came with ducting that similar to what you'd have on your dryer. And the ducting is a bit wider than what's needed on the machine. And when I clamped down, it created some small holes. While the exhaust fan came with, I think it's nylon ducting, and I like the nylon ducting substantially more. So what I need to do is, again, just measure and order that ducting for everything, which I have not done. To be fair though, I'm not using the laser insane amounts, and I've only been using it 99% of the time with wood. So it's not terrible. But yeah, I agree. Roby, a great, get yourself a good set. I bought a Milwaukee set and I won't buy a cheap drill set again. I like Roby tool, easy and relatively cheap. Festool is so expensive. Yeah, I've watched so many videos on just different woodworking stuff, and everybody has their own opinion on what the best tool is. And there's a lot of channels out there that are like tool snobs, and I'm just like, that's not me. I get it, and if I get a tool and use it so much that it breaks or that, you know, the Roby can't hang with it, then yeah, sure, maybe I would get with something more. But for what I'm doing, again, coming from Harbor Freight and nothing, it's still so much better than what I've ever had. Okay, so we have got M4 F nut. What is the flange? Okay, flange nut must be these guys. 1, 2, 3, and an M4 by 10, which I think are these guys. When it comes to corded tools, it's whatever is on sale for me. Harbor Great is if you're not sure you're going to be using a tool a lot. Yeah, what do we call this? Framing 18 volts is overkill and heavy. I'm kind of already set on the Ryobi stuff. I've been, for the stuff I've used for it recently, it's been great. I think 2 of my coworkers use Ryobi for just about everything, except they'll get a couple fancy tools of either Milwaukee or, Makita? I got brushless Milwaukee drill to replace my 15-year-old portable cable. It's way more powerful. I hope it lasts as long as the Porter cable. Yeah, I've heard brushless is awesome. Buy a battery system and stay there. Yeah, we got a really sweet deal, mostly because, oh man, I wanted to go to me, but I can't. Mostly because Home Depot screwed up when we went there, but they threw in a couple extra batteries, which is pretty sweet. Project Farm is great tool reviews, but the best tool is always the one that you can find that works when you need it. Yeah, I 100% believe in that. I feel the same way about 3D printing, actually. You know, what's the best printer? It's the one that works for you. Everyone has their own preferences, and it's like that with a lot of things. Okay, so that's installed, that's installed. It says we need an M3 by 10 and a nut. Which one I'm going to stop firmly against? Is there an image for any of these? No, there's not. Okay, so looking at this, we've got the rail attached, we've got the center point attached. It looks like these holes right here are saying they want a M4 by 10 and a phalanged M4, which is their nylon lock, but I don't see them attaching anything, which makes me think that this is what's going to be bolting it to the frame. Maybe that's what that's stating. It looks like nuts on the inside for these ones. And then this, which is kind of weird to me. Let me see here, limit switch. So this is the limit switch. And limit switch is going right here. So the weird thing is, on this instructions, is that according to the sort of key, if it's bold, it's on the inside. So the M3 by 10 should be going here and the nut on the outside, but there's a nut trap. So that's just, it's odd, you know? We can do that, but it seems very odd that there would be a nut trap, yet you don't use the nut trap? I can't understand why that would be the case. Let's try this thing here. Install both end stops, one with micro switch and one without. Oh, interesting. Okay. Is the second one just used to sort of, like for alignment purposes then? Okay, so it looks to me like, and it says right frame, so this has to be going on this side. Like this. Okay, and it looks like, according to the key, that the nut is on the inside, so let's try that. Where did I push all the hardware off to? Today has definitely been a more scattered day than normal. The camera not working is really throwing me off, but whatever. There we go. Okay. Did you see the extraction system installation of teaching tech? You can buy a system like this for less than $1,000. I did not see his setup. If you have a link to it, nice. Throw it in the Discord. I'll check it out. I think one of the biggest things is since we're renting, I gotta go back to class. Catch you guys later. Hey, thank you. Thanks for stopping by, Carlos. Because we're renting, it has to be fairly temporary, and also as non-destructive as possible. I'm trying not to, like, the just do it. The rep racks were not something I had intended on doing. I just didn't know where to put all the filament, so I was like, oh, we're drilling. But yeah, I'm trying to not do a ton of unnecessary holes. Spackle the wall, won't be able to tell it. What is Modbot? Yeah, I know, man. I don't know, I'm weird. I just think, like, you know, if it was my house, I was renting it to someone, like, I get it. Like, I get it for normal things, like, you know, hanging up picture frames, hanging up a TV, but, like, the stuff I do is probably not what a lot of people do, and so I try, like, I don't know. I try to think of, like, what is a normal amount of holes to put in a wall? I did a little bit more when we were living in a big apartment complex, just because, like, I don't know, there didn't seem to matter as much, and there was already a bunch of patched holes, but, like, this place and the last place are owned by, you know, like a husband and wife, and they're really sweet, and so I try to be nice. All right, rail is on that side. These nuts on the outside that are holding the rail in place do seem tight enough, so pretty happy with that. Can the table melt plastic to fix itself? Landlords are the scourge. You should be able to live your life reasonably even when renting. No damage when you leave, no problem. Yeah, I know. I'm sure you're not wrong, and I'm sure that's the way it really is for most people. I just, again, I try to take others into consideration and just put myself in their shoes, really. I agree, though. Like, I will absolutely patch anything before we leave, you know. As a husband and wife landlord, if you aren't trying to get your deposit back, go for it with wall mounts. Yeah, I mean, the deposit here was pretty high, so it wouldn't be against getting a little something back, especially because there was also an added pet deposit that was kind of steep, but yeah, I can understand that. Okay, so now it looks like we are grabbing the limit switch, which is right here. And yeah, you missed it, Zombie. The my other camera doesn't want to play nice today. It says that it got too hot. Let's see. All right, well, it is engaging the end stop. It's just really weird to me that the bolt is going where the nut trap is, but whatever. M3 by 10, which is going to be. The M3 by 10s. Okay. Come on, guy. Oh, come on, guy. Good thing you guys can't see me dropping stuff. I can just quarter the link. Perfect, thank you. Bad landlines are self-fulfilling prophecy. Welcome to the modbot. Too hot. If it's normal people instead of a company, you just call and chat and ask, let them know what you're going to do. Mostly reasonable. They'll let you know what they expect. Yeah, you're not wrong. Oh, your camera died? Yeah, I think that my camera knows I was looking at the new Sony that dropped this morning and wasn't having it. Yeah, you're not wrong. I could absolutely message them. Like, I already screwed up the, I don't know if you saw, well, if you follow me on Twitter, you might have seen it, but I bought some weed killer when I moved in here, because as part of living here, like, there's a front and backyard, and the bots are back. And, let's see here, the head can fit outside, otherwise the screw will touch. Wait, the head should be outside. Interesting, so the instructions are incorrect there. Yeah, bots are gone, or I removed them. It must be an error with the guide then, because bulb is supposed to be on the inside, but that makes sense that was what I wasn't getting, is that there's a nut trap on the inside, but okay, we'll do that then. That's what makes more sense. Yeah, when I moved in here, I got what's supposed to be pet-friendly weed killer, and I guess that one of the main ingredients is vinegar, and Sony knows that you were looking. Yeah, Sony's like, yeah, exactly. They're like, oh, he's interested. If we kill his camera, he'll be more convinced to buy this new expensive one. But yeah, the pet-friendly weed killer might be pet-friendly, but it sure as hell is not concrete-friendly. It's like siphoned out of the tub and got all over the garage floor. And when I went to clean it up, I realized that there was a huge divot or crater. It's just to push this up as far as we can in the concrete. So I already had to send that to the landlord, and I was like freaking out. I was like watching videos on how to like patch the concrete in a garage, and was like, hey man, like, do you want me to try to do this? I was like, I've never done it before, but it doesn't look that difficult. I do a lot of stuff myself. Oh, interesting. Yeah, boiling water would have been much better. Wait, is Polymaker in chat? I didn't see that. I do have rep racks, and I'm also rocking. Oh, Polymaker is here. Oh man, you show up on the day that everything's just going wrong. Let me try to turn on the other camera again. The camera was overheating, which has never happened. Let's see. See if we can get a little bit of time out of it before it does it again. I got to figure it out, whether it's the battery that's dying or what's going on. Let's see if I can put the... There we are. Hi! I did get 3 rep boxes built. Let's see here. Desktop also needs Sony camera, side cam, Sony cam. There we are. Check it out. I'm also, K2, your side design is awesome. So I showed these on Twitter. I'm using the wrong camera, of course I am. It's one of those days. Everything went so well on the 1-year stream though that like this only makes sense that the next stream would have to have problems. So yeah, these are the 3 I originally put up, and I did still add these little sort of like securing points. They're not drilled into the actual conduit, but they do give the base a little bit more width, which I think helps to secure it a bit. And then K2 had seen these and were like, the sides of your rep racks are looking naked, and linked to this, which is cool because I was going to design something, but I was just going to put little caps on the end, and these cross braces not only look really cool, but they do help to secure the edges a bit. And then I also ended up adding one more up top here. So all of the Polymaker filament is off the ground, but I have basically like, I already had a filament problem before, and the the racks have only solved the Polymaker filament. The other filament is still like all over the place, so. Yeah, I added one more on top. I had extra conduit and pretty much extra everything, so I figured I would throw it up there. Originally, I was planning on doing a longer one above the closet, but the stud finder kept telling me that there was AC everywhere, so I was like, yeah, I'm not gonna do that. So it's not quite as long as I had wanted, but still much better. I think it looks awesome, and yeah, I love how it turned out. Yeah, the racks look really awesome. The game plan is, so the original plan, man, we are not getting a lot of building done today, but it's fine. The original plan was to put the racks up here, like 3 of them on the side to, I like how on Loyal's stream, I mean, his is insane. I didn't want to that extent, but like, I like that the colors, they look nice on camera. They look really cool. But the game plan has always been to create an LED sign that goes right here. And so that's what's going to be going here. And when I was using the, when I was using this guy, everything over here shows AC, like AC. Like pretty much from here over, and half the closet just shows AC, which I'm sure is incorrect, but I didn't want to mess with it, so I went with a different place. The racks are great. I store filament in the box to keep dust out. Yeah, rep racks look really cool. I also like, if you haven't seen it, I think he launched them, well, I think he launched them prior, but he showed them off at Earth. He has like LED versions of them now that look super cool. Normally, I think I would pick red over blue, but the blue looks awesome. So I do like those a lot as well. Yeah, I'm sure, I Googled it. I Google everything because it's me and I haven't done anything as far as like house stuff. So I was Googling, I was like, what does it mean if it says AC everywhere? And I think some were saying, what were they saying? Some were saying to like kill the breaker or kill the fuse and see if it still shows it. Some were saying to use a piece of paper in between the stud finder and the wall because sometimes it's overly sensitive. I tried a few things and just still wasn't confident in my ability to determine whether there was AC there, and the consequence of there being AC there outweighed the reward of there not being AC there. So here the racks are, and the bots are back. Today is nuts. Yeah, the LED rack. I'm a sucker for anything that lights up, so definitely a big fan of the LED rep racks. All right, report. The bots have gotten so bad. I don't know. YouTube is doing absolutely nothing. Are you calibrating your stud finder against the wall? I think so. Typically what? You put it on the wall and then do circular motions, right? So I think that I did or had. Okay, let's see. So I think we're done with, yeah, end stops in place. Rails mounted. Okay, cool. So I think we're good on that. And now we need to do the left one. So let's do the left side. We'll see if I end up doing some of this build off stream just so that way I can make some progress and show what I've been working on. Because I don't know if we're ever gonna finish it otherwise. All right. So this goes the exact same way. We'll move this. Well, at least the camera is working right now again. Cautious is never done though. Yeah, everybody loves bright, colorful little flashing lights. Ain't nothing on. Yeah, I'll be the first to admit it. I love it. I've always been such a sucker for LEDs. I mean, the YouTube channel before it was 3D printing stuff was all video game hacking and modding, and a big part of that was just like case modding the consoles, where I would cut out the sides, add acrylic and LEDs and stuff. I loved it, so it was a ton of fun. It's also what got me into 3D printing was all the video game stuff, because I wanted to make better case mods. I actually really wanted to make portables. I got So I don't really play much video games anymore because I lack self-control, and it was taken away from my ability to like do as much video stuff as I wanted to do. So I was like, all right, I'm just not gonna play games. But I love video games, and I got really into retro. I got really into retro games after high school. It's probably like 19 or so back then, so like a decade ago. And I was collecting pretty much anything cartridge based. So anything, I wasn't really collecting Atari. I had some Atari 2600 stuff, but that was a little bit beyond what I wanted to collect. But pretty much anything from like Toaster Oven, NES, up through PS1, I guess. Which, yeah, but I really enjoyed anything cartridge based. And N64 was the first console that my parents got me as a kid. And I really wanted to make a portable N64. There's some projects out there that already exist that are amazing, but I didn't have the tools to fabricate. I didn't have the tools. Whoa, why are these not aligned? What is happening? Okay, they do. I didn't have the tools to fabricate my own, and so that's when I met through a good friend of mine. I was over at his house, and I walked by his roommate's room, also named Daniel, who is also very similar, like, personality to me, just very, like, pumped up, and we just hit it off. He was a videographer at the time, doing, like, big concerts and shows all over, and a lot of it in Vegas, and he was showing me some of his gear, like his gimbal and stuff, and he had a box in the corner of his room, and it just so happened to be a 3D printer, and after him talking to me about it, I didn't know what they were. It was like hamster on the wheel, and so I went home. Back then, I think I was working at PetSmart, making pretty much minimum wage, and I saved up for a few months and got my first 3D printer. And the intent was to make custom, like portable case mods and stuff for the channel, which never really happened. But yeah, it's really what got me into all this stuff was that. Last project that I started, ooh, Magic Mirror. That's really cool. Like the smart mirrors, right? That have like, I don't know, anything from calendars to weathers and stuff like that. First printer was a DaVinci 1.0. Yeah, I got the DaVinci 1.0 in 2014, I want to say, the December of 2014. Hey, I keep forgetting to ask. If you have not, please smack the like button. I really appreciate it. Yeah, I got it in December of 2014, and it broke probably in March of 2015 after very little use. And I almost gave up on 3D printing. After failing to come to any kind of resolution with the manufacturer, I nearly gave up on 3D printing. I put it in my closet for months, and that entire time I was still... there wasn't much content on 3D printing. I don't think Tom or any of them had started yet, because I started around the same time as Tom and Joel and Chuck and everybody. So the only content I really could find was probably like RepRap forums and stuff, and I was used to living in forums back then because of all the video game hacking and modding stuff was all forum based. And so I just kept looking around at stuff. I didn't have experience with like Arduino or programming or any of that, but I was so determined that I eventually said, to hell with it, I'm gonna figure it out. And so I bought an Arduino, I bought a Ramps 1.4, and I taught myself how to basically gutted the entire thing brain-wise and put it in a Ramps 1.4 Arduino and was running Repetier firmware back then, and then fell in love, became obsessed. That was it. Once I got it up and running again without the proprietary filament, the proprietary firmware, I just fell in love. I was like, yep, this is incredible, and that was really it. Yeah, it was rough. Basically, it was a manufacturing defect of sorts. Something, I think it was the thermistor wiring that had some sort of problem, or something with the wiring was just wrong. And the manufacturer did try to help initially. Hold on, let me just make sure here I'm not missing anything. Yeah, they did try to help initially, and they sent a part from China that took like, I don't know, 30 or 40 days to show up. And it finally showed up, and it wasn't the right part. And I had purchased it from Newegg, and I tried to return it, and Newegg told me that it was on their no return list, which I had never experienced in my life up until that point. So yeah, I was pissed. I was really pissed, and I was really sad. I mean, even today that would be a lot, but back then, especially, I mean, I had saved for months to get that printer. So yeah, once I finally figured it all out, there wasn't a lot of info on 3D printing really back then. Again, at least not on YouTube. And my, I'm gonna do this so you guys can see. My whole reason I got into YouTube with the video game stuff was to show people like how to mod and repair their consoles. And again, there also wasn't any really good info out there back then when I started, which that was probably 2010. It was all hidden in forums, and like really, like a lot of the people weren't very nice, a lot of gatekeeping. And so I figured like, hey, this has been working out really well. And I've helped a lot of people with their game consoles. Like, I wonder if there's, you know, interest in this if I help people with 3D printing, so they don't have to go through what I just went through. And so, yeah, that's how it all started. You know, who would have known that it would have turned into, you know, what it's become? I certainly couldn't have ever imagined. I didn't know you could. Back then too, like my idea of YouTube was like PewDiePie and Smosh and like I mean it just wasn't. It was a different landscape back then. So okay, we are 12 minutes away from opening up the Polymaker giveaway. Man, we should have said, if Polymaker is still taggable, please tag Polymaker and say thank you for everything. All the giveaways that they have allowed us to do both last week and every single week. I imagine it's Nick, so also I'm hoping that you're feeling better. Oh, you know what? No. We need to install this bar really quick. Does it go the same direction? I don't know. Yes, it does go the same direction. Yeah. So facing, let's see. Okay, so bar needs to go like this, and then this needs to go like this. There we go. Okay. So we're going to do this really quick, and then we'll install it. I think it'll be easier if I do this before. Polymaker is here, feeling much better. I started to miss my printer at home though. How long are you here for this trip? It sounds like it's for a bit. I thought for some reason I thought that the plan was Earth, and then that you were going back home for a while, but it sounds like you're out here for a little while. Make sure to buy your Galaxy Dark Blue with the link in the description. Yeah, there's also, if you haven't used Polymaker Filament before, there is the coupon code to get, is it 5% off or 10% off, Zombie? I need to start adding that as part of it. It was in last week's video. I know Lisa got the Galaxy Dark Blue, which is a beautiful, beautiful filament. Hey, what's up, Dominic? I can find it, 1 second. Unless, today, it's not Friday, and it's not a Friday the 13th, but my mouse died. Like, it officially died now. Let me see if I can find batteries for the mouse. I think they're in the garage, is where Aaron said they were, and I think they're AA. What a day. Like, I just, you can't make this up. Okay, these look like AAAs. These are definitely AAAs, okay. I should have known with how good last week's stream went. There's no way, like 2 streams in a row without a problem. It's not possible. All right, run in the garage, everybody. Let's see if I can find these batteries. I think I know where they are. Pretty sure they are in this tub. It is chilly out here. Those are AA's. Surely we have AAAs. We have a bunch of batteries. These are AAAs, 36 of them. Perfect. Okay. What's up, Papa? Monkey woke up from his nap. All right, found batteries. That's battery 1, battery 2, and I see a laser. All right, we're back in business. What were we talking about prior to me going outside? Thinking about I need to get into building printer, but it scares me a little bit. I'll spend half a year just. I would not, if you haven't done a full build, Nick, I would certainly not start with the V0.1. I did the V0.1 as my first Voron build, and it kicked my butt. It was not easy. I mean, there's a lot of good resources out there. So as long as you take your time, but yeah, if you haven't done a build before, I would probably start with something that's a little less small. Hey, have a great night, bud. Thanks for hanging out. Oh, that's right. I know what I was doing. I was gonna add the coupon code. Let's see. Okay, so coupon code, if you have not used before, is Polymaker first try, and it's 15% off. I will post it in the description if I can update the video live, which I'm not entirely sure if I can. Can we do this? Edit video. Okay, yeah, we got it. Polymaker. Here we go. You might need to refresh the page for it to show up in a second here. Let me see. Okay. It has been added. I need to add that as just a default thing because that's really cool for anyone that hasn't ever ordered Polymaker filament. Okay. All right, so now I need M356s, which are the tiny guys. There we are. What's everybody printing for Halloween stuff? I'm very curious. I know that Halloween, that's me. I know that Halloween is a big, like a big season for 3D printing. The main things I've seen are the ghosts with the moving feet. I did print this out. It didn't turn out great because I'm testing out a printer that I need it needs some work still. I basically clippered it and did a bunch of tuning, but still needs a little bit more work. It looks good from here, but if you look close up, it's not great. This thing's pretty sick. It's just a zombie hand. And some, like the description, I think was saying that some people would like bury the bottom part so it looks like it's coming out of the earth? I can't talk. But yeah, this turned out pretty cool. Cool, it just needs a little bit of tuning, but you need more rep racks. Ordered some more Polymaker with the coupon. Oh, what? Did I miss the coupon? Oh, nice. Yeah, definitely massive thank you to Polymaker. That is insane. If you've been waiting to try some Polymaker filament, I don't think there's a better deal than 50% off. It makes me wonder too if there's Polymaker filament I need to order. But yeah, that is awesome. Thank you so much, Nick and Polymaker. If you've got a printer build or you're just looking for some pretty filament for the holidays. They have got a ton of options to choose from. I was so busy trying to figure out how to get the 15% off coupon that I missed the 50% off. I printed some skull bowls from Printables. Oh, nice. Have you guys seen the, yeah, 50% off, Alien. Yeah. Are you, someone post it. Can I pin it just for, the next, how long is it? An hour or 30 minutes? How long is it? Where did you post it? Where did you post it? I'll post it for a second here. Here we go, here we go. I'll hold off on the Polymaker giveaway just to have this pinned for a sec here. But yeah, there's the code for anyone that wants to order right now. Minimum $150 before coupon to get free shipping, US website, and at 5:30. Okay, so 1 hour. 1 hour. That is awesome. Thank you very much. Yeah, if you're looking for pretty, the Galaxy series is gorgeous. Well, you guys, if you missed it last week, this was printed with the Galaxy, that's the wrong. This is printed in, and the lighting is not doing it justice, but this filament is absolutely gorgeous. This is the Galaxy Dark Blue. If you're looking for pretty, the Galaxy series in general is just absolutely gorgeous. It's beautiful. It is really nice. Also, their ABS and ASA is awesome. We're using their, this is their Army Green. This is the Army Green ASA, which is what we're using for this build. It's a really nice green. And then I just finished printing out parts for our next build. And this is in the red. This is just standard Polylite red, and it is a really nice red. I actually printed on smooth PEI, so it's glossy. But yeah, this is awesome. Yeah, again, Zombies learned that if he says, if he repeats the same thing enough times, it sticks in my head. So he's got me on the Galaxy train now, and I also, one second here, making sure this goes the right way. He's also got me where I said that this Swatch truck will be the first thing I print on this printer. So Zombie, I might not get it the first time or the second, but by 4th or 5th time, I'm there. Let's see. Hide user from channel. Oh, G-Funny's got it. Yeah, the Frankenstein's awesome. I still need to reprint the head. I don't know what happened that caused the head to shift, but it did, so. Okay, so this looks right. Yep. It was cool to catch, so Zombies also got me over on Twitch a little bit. Not streaming on Twitch. Currently not really planning on that, but at least hanging out there, and I've seen a few of his streams as well as MakerDeck, and it was cool to see Liz and Zombie did, it almost felt like a 3D printing talk show, like late, for me, because it was super late night, like a late night radio type thing. It was nice, it was really enjoyable. I don't know if like, how often, oh, come on, Screw. I don't know how often that happens, but I really enjoyed having that on while I was just kind of working on some stuff here. Just got here and already banned bots. Hey, G-Funny, if you didn't see it, well, it's pinned right now, but they did Polymaker provided us with a 50% off coupon code. Minimum order is $150 before the coupon, at least for free shipping, and it's good for an hour. So if you do need to stock up on anything, I know you've gotten a lot of filament, but that is running right now, which is awesome. Fabrico is doing 20% off Polymaker to the end of the month. Oh, nice. I didn't know Fabrico had Polymaker filament. Is that new or no? That's really cool. That's good to know. Screw says, please don't screw me. Yes, we at least do once a week with Z and Z. Z and Z on Maker Deck. Is it? It's not. I would imagine it's not a set time, right? Like it probably varies depending on schedules. Is it? Where is it announced? Like, where do I find out? Because again, if it's nighttime stuff, which is perfect because Aaron goes to sleep early and I'm always just working on stuff, and a lot of times I don't need silence per se, or I just need a good distraction to take a break from whatever I'm doing for a little bit. Yeah, I really liked it. I definitely try to tune in. I just need to know how to find out when it's going on. I think it was on Twitter that I saw it this time. I'm almost positive. I'm good right now. I have a garage full. Yeah, no worries, man. I figured as much. We will announce on Discord, and we're trying to set a time. Okay, I need to join. Join the Discord for their flash sale. Delmar, you're talking about Fabrico's, right? Because I am in Fabrico's Discord. I must have just missed it. I have fallen behind a little bit this last week here. Okay, and Pez, I'm assuming that's in, or Liz, I'm assuming that's in MakerDeck's Discord, right? Which I don't think I'm in MakerDeck's Discord yet. Yeah, it's really nice. Like, both of you have really great, like, radio voices. And it's just interesting. I don't know. It's interesting. I like it. There's not a lot of, I mean, there's some 3D printing shows like Hot Makes and like Joel and Stefan do theirs, but like not as many live that are like that format. So it was pretty enjoyable. Charles, thanks for sorting the giveaway with, or the issue with the giveaway. Also, just installed Kevin's Ender 3 mod. Oh, nice. Yeah, absolutely. I'm sorry about that. I think that was, again, just typically I try to do, especially on the Wednesday streams with Polymaker, I try to send out the form as soon as I can after the stream ends so I don't forget. And every once in a while, I screw up. Like either I have something else going on after, and then it just throws my train of thought. So yeah, thank you for reaching out. If anyone ever wins and I don't reach out to you by the weekend of, so like streams are Wednesday, if you haven't heard from me by Saturday, something is awry, and please let me know. I do my best, but again, there's just every once in a while things do fall through the cracks, and I apologize. Okay, so I think what we'll do is because we talk about K2 clip recently updated. Classic. Really subtle. What is happening here? Power cable is stuck. I think once I install this, I will get the giveaway for the Polymaker filament going, and I'll remove the pinned 50% off coupon. Hopefully whoever wanted to use it got to use it, and if anyone else comes in, if we see any familiar faces or just new faces, we can say, hey, just so you know, this is what's going on. Trucks that rules the roads. We have fun. We're going to try and make it a podcast as we get more comfortable. Oh, nice. Yeah, I think that would be an awesome idea. It would be really cool. And again, I'm sure there's already been conversations, but it would be really cool if the podcast portion of it, if you guys ripped the audio, so that way it was viewable, like on demand, if you will. I'm trying to think, I can't think of the service offhand right now. If you're interested, I had a podcast for a while. I think I recently stopped paying for the hosting, but it basically allows you to host it on their website, and then you tie it to the Play Store and iTunes and Spotify. I think that could be super cool, and also just like another kind of rad way to promote MakerDeck, you know, on alternative platforms that you maybe wouldn't be able to reach with the current methods. Well, I mean, again, I get it, all in due time. First do the thing, and then, you know, worry about that stuff. But yeah, I think that a podcast would be super cool. Hey, nice. Thank you very much for renewing 6 months. That is nuts. Thank you very much. Thanks, Polymaker, for the discount. I don't need to order for a while. Lisa, get your rep racks going. Get the rep racks. Hey, Liz, thanks for becoming a member. Yeah, this year I didn't get a chance to do much in the way of Halloween printing. But next year I'm hoping to do some more stuff. I want to print, I would like to print something larger next year that I can use kind of in the yard, which will be interesting. Maybe I'll do it in like an ASA. Well, I'll paint it. I'll figure it out. I think it would be a lot of fun. The neighborhood that we live in right now is just like full of Halloween decorations. And then our house is kind of plain. We've got like we got a couple small things, like more fall than Halloween, but holy cow. Thomas, thank you for renewing your membership. Time flies. I agree. Sad face, I'm in the UK, no Polymaker deal for me. Hopefully I will win a role. Hopefully, Malcolm. Thank you. Lisa, 5 months. Thank you. Give cuddles to Monkey and Delilah. We will. My brother is driving out and sister-in-law, and they're gonna get here tomorrow super late. I think around midnight. And they're bringing, we call him, his name's DJ, which is actually funny. It stands for Dale Jr., which my dad's name is Dale. And my brother knew that my dad wouldn't be happy about him bringing a dog home, but figured there's no way he could tell him to get rid of a dog that's named after him. And it's been 8 years, so it clearly worked. But yeah, he's a super, super handsome German Shepherd. So I'll have to post some photos. We are very curious to see how he does with Monkey because of Monkey being a pretty aggressive dog. But they did grow up together when they were younger, so I'm just like keeping my fingers crossed that Monkey's like, oh, I remember you, you're not so bad. So we'll see. Will be interesting. All right, last one, and then we will go ahead and sorry, elbow shots. Let's go ahead and get the drawing open. Again, massive thank you, Polymaker, Nick, everybody, for the coupon. Hopefully, whoever was waiting or wanting an excuse to try a Polymaker filament, I don't think there's a better excuse, whether it's a a unique filament that you've been wanting but just haven't tried, or just wanting to try out some. I will go ahead and unpin that. If anybody comes in, maybe we mention it again in like 20 minutes. Yeah, let's do that. If it's good till, I think Nick said it's good till for another, what are we at, like 40 minutes? So let's open the giveaway, and then we'll make one more announcement for anyone that comes in after. Let's see here. Yeah, okay, 50 minutes left. Yep, that sounds right. So it's 2:40 my time, so at 3:30 Mountain Time, or 2:30 Pacific Standard Time. All right, let me go ahead and paste this. Well, let me clear. I think I haven't cleared last week's. Oh, it looks like I did. Okay. Okay, so here's the link for the Polymaker spool giveaway. This one is international, and we will be drawing the winner for that in 30 minutes. I'm going to pin that. I love the layout of printables and how they are always innovating. Promoter badge. Yeah, the two primary places I use are Things and Printables. Things has some really cool stuff as well. I wouldn't say it's specific to 3D printing, but just sort of like workspace collab stuff that I think is kind of neat. Printables is really nice. I will say that like I still do check on Thingiverse, and the primary reason for that is there's such a backlog of models that haven't migrated over to printables or things yet, that I just have to sometimes, especially if I'm looking for like, I just what did I print out recently? Oh, okay, yeah. So this right here, which you can hardly see, is housing a Pi 4B with CB1 running Clipper, and oh, I bent it. Whew. Okay, I'll have to fix that. dangerous thing about having cables sticking out the side is that they are easy to get hit on things, or easy to hit on things. But this was, as far as I could tell, only on Thingiverse. Because the Ender 3's been out for 4 years. Yeah, I'm gonna unplug that while it's on the ground. That's dangerous. Hopefully I've got another small cable. But yeah, I'll still check Thingiverse if I need something very specific, because there's just more of a backlog. Most models and things just redirect to things. Yeah, that's true. They, it is sort of like a, I guess, search engine. And the bots are back. There's still no, oh man. G-Funny! Thank you. I don't get it. I don't understand it at all. Hopefully YouTube will eventually do something. Okay, so I was told that we need to still place an empty end stop on this side, like an end stop holder without the actual end stop. Why? I'm not sure. I'm wondering if because we use it to sort of like tram the gantry against, so it keeps an even distance. That's the only thing I can think of. So let me see if I can find the other piece. Should be in here somewhere. Okay, this is the incorrect one. Here's the correct one. Yeah, so from what I'm understanding and what the person said earlier is we're just going to install this, and this one doesn't actually have an end stop on it, but it's just going to bolt into right here. And for that, we're using, let's see, where are we? Here we go. Okay, so for that, we're using an M3 by 10 and an M3 nut. So M3 nuts are right here. And the this one's trash. This is a bad piece. And M3 10 must be, yeah, there we go. It's yeah, a mirror there. Hey there, Carlos. Yeah, you're the guy. I thought you had to go back to class. Wasn't typing, was shopping. Picked up 7 rolls. Nice. Great time after my print just failed already. What, out of curiosity, what did everyone pick up? Material-wise, what did you guys pick up? Two ASA, 2 PLA, 4 PETG. Nice. Yeah, it's the SecKit Cube. So, and it's quite literally a cube. I mean, the build volume is even 200 millimeters cubed. So it is quite literally a cube. I'm excited to get it printing. I'm just really curious about what the end result's like. I have a feeling that we'll end up upgrading the one second here. Oh, I guess I can get rid of these little stops now, right? I think this will keep it from falling off. Yeah, I have a feeling that eventually we'll end up upgrading the extruder and hot end, because the extruder is a BMG clone and the hot end's a Volcano clone. And I just feel like there's a lot of better options out there. I think the only reason I could see them doing that is just to keep costs down, because the unit's $1,000, and you know, if you add in a name brand extruder and hot end, it can easily raise the price to much more. And I think they sell it also, if I'm not mistaken, I'm almost positive actually. Let's see. If we go to Cube, yeah. So for the extruder, you can self-source. So let's see. Right now it says $778. So if I add this, it goes to. So yeah, if you look at that, they're only charging you $23 for the BMG clone extruder and Volcano heat block. So that's why they're doing it. It's to have an option that's really inexpensive, just to have an option. But then they also have the self-source route, which is what I probably will recommend in the video for this, for anyone that like wants to go with something a bit more modern, I suppose. Work supper. Catch you later. Hey, thanks for stopping by, Zombie. Wait, 50. Oh, you're talking about. Wait, what's 50 kg? What did I miss? ABS and ASA, nobody around here has any. That's funny. Pi is local to me. Support is top notch, better than anyone else I found. Have a good one, Zombie. LGX Lite, yeah, I love the LGX Lite. I have one actually just sitting that was supposed to go to V0, but I might just throw it on this and keep the V0s until the mini afterburner, nope, mini stealth burner comes out for it, and just go with that instead. So we'll see. Okay, so what have we got? We've got, those are in place, so we're done with this. Now it's time to do the X linear guide, which basically says, oh, interesting. So we need the carbon fiber, looks like these guys slide in. Oh, okay. Okay, so these are for countersunk M3x12, a washer, and a Nylock M3. Okay, we'll do this next then. Wait, who got a lot of PTG? I'm about 50. Oh my god. Did you really? What that is insane. What did you get? What kind of filament, Dennis? PETG, it's funny. So I now have a crazy supply of ASA and ABS, a pretty healthy supply of PLA, and PETGs are what I'm a little bit low on. I picked up a spool of Polymaker translucent blue, which is what I use for the rep rack, but PETG is probably the one I have the least of at this point. Granted, I don't need to use PETG all that often. I really only use it if something specifically calls for it. Otherwise, with ABS, I just print with ABS or ASA. I've been really happy with the Sherpa Mini swapped on, oh really? Sherpa Mini over the Orbiter too? Oh my gosh. Mini self-printer comes out the same day as the Prusa XL. When is that? Okay, so we need countersunk M3. Okay, so these guys are what we need for this. We also need the other carbon fiber part for the other side. And then we need nylon lock nuts. And then we need M3 washer. Okay. Okay, I don't know how the heck I'm going to show you guys what I'm doing on this one. This is kind of, it's going to be a little bit of a weird camera angle. Let's see. I mean, I feel like the only way you can even remotely see what I'm doing is if I bring you here. But then how do I see what I'm doing? Oh no. Let's see here. If I tap on that, let me turn off autofocus for a second here. How much longer on the giveaway? We've got, oh, still 20 minutes, only been 10 minutes. Okay. So it looks like the carbon fiber parts slide behind that bolt, and then, okay, we'll leave it in there for a second like that. So then I need these M3x12s. Where is the correct driver? Well, knock on wood, the other camera seems to be working, so I don't know if it was just having a rough morning, or oops, maybe I just can't have that camera running as long anymore, but knock on wood, it seems to be working. This is a little awkward. Okay, that's in. And then on the back side, we are doing washer and nylon lock nut. No audio, so don't try to talk to me. All right. First, just announced Wait. Prusa announced that it's gonna be delayed by a year or two? Like, this is a new thing? I cannot say I'm surprised. I honestly think, this is speculation, but I honestly think part of it is sourcing and part of it is that they just overpromised on what the machine's capabilities are. I'm just saying, like, the XL has been at a couple of shows now, yet no one's ever seen it doing any, like, cool changes and stuff like that, right? I know that it was at IRF, but the only change I saw was like a fairly simple black and white stripe. And if this thing's gonna be able to print with all these different materials and give the user a good experience, like there's so much work that needs to be done with it. I'm not saying that it's an easy task by any means. I think it's nuts, but I have a feeling that a big chunk of it is that development too. Like it's just not, it's a lot harder than what they thought. No audio. By then, Bamboo will have another printer that makes the XL a dumb idea. Yeah, I definitely think that Bamboo has and is taking a pretty good chunk of what was Prusa's market share. I mean, I used the Prusa just the other day for printing out PETG rep rack parts while the Bamboo, come on. There we go. Well, the Bamboo was cranking out ABS parts. So, I mean, it's still getting used, but for the price, it just, the art, like, if you're getting it for a hobby, it's super hands-off. It seems like Bamboo's support's been great from everything I've seen. And if you're using it from a business standpoint, yes, the ability to self-source parts and have it be open source is certainly appealing, but your ROI is so much faster on the Bamboo because of how much quicker it's able to print out. And it's already optimized for like a print farm because it's got wireless camera, monitoring. It's got so much. Just nice. Yeah, thank you everyone for, again, supporting the content, and also, again, massive thank you to Polymaker for doing that. It's absolutely insane. Come on, there we go. All right, so I'm just loosely putting these in right now, and then we will tighten everything. I am currently hesitant to order a Bamboo. How come? Our discount code is not working. Strange. I was surprised that they went away from the extruder they designed. That took a lot of R&D effort. Yeah, it's very interesting. Sorry, Chris. I promise that normally this is not the norm. We've been streaming for a year, and this is the first time we've had any sort of nutty discounting like this. So you picked a great day to Can I just do this with my hand? Let's see. Yes, that's a little bit easier. You picked a great day to drop by. Oh, import taxes. Gotcha. That's something I haven't even considered. I know that they're setting up shops in different places around the world, so hopefully that won't get. Hopefully that'll just improve with time. But yeah, that's certainly something that can be a deterrent. All right, children. I don't think that's our door. I don't think that's us. Crazy kids. Oops. All right, tightening this in place. You know what? I think I'm going to leave this. Okay, I'll tighten a turn just so that way the nylon lock nuts don't fall out, but I'm gonna leave everything fairly loose until I have everything on, like the linear rail and the other side attached too. I want everything to sort of align before I start clamping things. Why is this spinning? Okay, so that's, again, still super loose, but it at least won't fall off. And the bots are back. Yeah, I don't think I'd ever go the Bamboo route. I want to mod and play with my printers. Yeah, there's, man, was it on Twitter? Someone just had a conversation about this. And also, I just finished up next Saturday's script for the video at like 2 o'clock in the morning last night. And, or this morning. And, I talk a little bit about that and also sort of my perspective on that. And I love modding 3D printers, and I would argue it's a huge, it is and was a huge draw for me when I initially, oops, oh no, I'm doing this right, yeah. It was a huge draw for me to dive into 3D printing, coming from like video game hacking and modding. That being said, I also like printers that I can just print and always depend on. And sometimes those two go side by side, and other times they don't go side by side. This is gonna be really tough. Maybe like that, can I just do this? Oh. So I like personally, I think, and this is what I said, I like having both. I like having the printers that I just kind of leave as is, which in my case currently is like the Bamboo or the Prusa. I haven't done anything with them other than I did throw a bigger nozzle on it. But then I also love the modding element of it. But if I had to just choose one, like if I couldn't have a printer for modding and a printer for just printing, I would actually choose the printer that just prints. And the reason for that is that as much as I love 3D printing and print out a lot of things that are just for fun, there are times that I definitely 3D print things that I need, like repairing things around the house or some sort of bracket or whatever. And in those moments, I don't want to be playing around with, does this thing work? Do I have to upgrade this or that? Like, so if I had to choose one, I would lean towards that. But I like both. Yeah, exactly, Lisa, that's exactly me. I like to have a printer that works, and I like having other. Modding is super fun, except when you need something and it's not working without modding. Like that's when it's no longer fun. But yeah, customizing it, whether it's like, you know, again with Vorons and stuff like that, being able to use your own colors is really fun. There's a lot of directions you can go with it. I love all of that. It is so fun. But if you told me that if the only option for 3D printers, let's just say Vorons were the only 3D printers that existed, and you had to build them. A lot of people wouldn't get into 3D printing because it's just not for everyone. But there are, I mean, of course, you can get something like an Ender, and it's pretty well assembled. Most people can assemble them fairly quickly, and then there's a bunch of mods too. So yeah, I dig both, but if I had to choose one, I want a printer that works for the times that I just need things. So things finally coming. Yeah, it is coming together. So we got Y rails on. Hopefully X rails getting mounted shortly. I know it was a slow start. It's me though. Like I don't know. It's just the way I work. If I'm building with friends, I'm going to be talking about things the entire time. So luckily for anyone that watches later on, there's a fast forward button, or they can skip around to where I start doing things. Okay, so there's one last one in here that's going to be a little bit tricky for me to get. 10 more minutes on the Polymaker giveaway. If you have not signed up, it is pinned in chat, and then we will draw the winner. All right, come on, screw. Oh man, the last screw went in, I think. Nope, come on. Got it. Yes. Would you build it? Man, I've had people. Wait, what did he say? I kind of doubt AI would be used for that actually. Man, I missed some chat today, and I'm sorry. Would I ever build? He said a K3. Yeah, I would. I would. The main things is that it would probably have to be sponsored. They're expensive. Those are expensive builds. I remember talking to, I don't remember, I'm bad with names, but I was talking to someone at Murph about them, and the price was at least $1,500 to $2,500, I thought. So like, yeah, it would have to be a sponsored thing. I would build it. I think it would be, I'm gonna move camera because I just can't get my arm in there with showing you guys what's going on. I think that it would be a frustrating build because it's my understanding that there's no instructions and you're basically just going off of CAD, which isn't something I've done before. Not that I couldn't do it, I'm sure I could, but it would just take more time. I'd have to sort of analyze my plan of attack. But yeah, I absolutely would build one. They look phenomenal. Oh, are these holes so you can just do this or no? They look phenomenal. I got to see them in person at Murph and just blown away by their speed and the tech. So yeah, I would absolutely build one. They're very cool and very cool. I know that Fabrico is like putting together sort of mini kits. I don't think that the entire thing will be a kit, but I think that like portions of it they're kitting out. Like maybe there'll be like a motion kit and some other stuff like that. So maybe when that happens, it would be something. But yeah, I've had a few people ask about like their printers. Yeah, the whole lack of yeah, it looks nuts. They basically showed me that the linear rails are like free floating, and I think before each print they home and it racks the gantry every time. They're crazy looking. Will I build a baby belt printer? I don't know. If there's enough demand, I suppose I could. I think Nero's building one. I'm pretty sure I saw on his ERP. He's talked about it a little bit. I could though, just for fun, I suppose. You need to feed it data generators. Oh, Jason's got oh, no way. Oh yeah, I would love to build a positron. Very unique. I definitely a very, very unique printer. Okay, we've got this. Next we need to mount the rail. So let's do that, and then it pretty much will be time to do our giveaway drawing. I turned off autofocus, so hopefully you can still see things. It was tripping out the camera. Okay, so this says M3 by 15 through the front and a nylon lock nut in the back. So this is going to go like this. Let's move this. Okay, we'll keep these pads in, these little blocks, so that way Dan doesn't freak out on us. I don't want to cause any unnecessary stress for anybody. I don't think anyone but Tesla tries to use AI to determine. Build a 2.4 R2. Yeah, a 2.4 R2 was supposed to be the next build, but now we're building the Mercury one. I need to start putting out parts for it. We also need to do a small build before that, which is what these parts are for. I don't think that build will take as long though. I think we could probably knock that build out in 2 streams. But yeah, I am excited for the Mercury 1 because it seems like we're doing all of the mods for it. So like the CoreXY conversion and then the 3-point bed with the Mic 6 upgrade for it. So it's gonna be nuts. No. Mercury 1 will be first, DJ. Yeah, Mercury 1 will be first. Okay, so we need M3, what is we bolting with these? M3 by 12s, M3 by 12s, M3 by 12s. Those are already out, it looks like. M3, yeah, there's 4 of them. That's exactly what we need. 2, 3, 4. Yeah, Mercury 1 should be next. Well, after the little mini guy. I think Ender 5, not Ender 5 Plus. I don't have one, so I think that Fabrico is going to be sponsoring the stream or the build, and so I believe I kind of said, you know, hey, like whatever you've got is totally fine. I don't need an Ender 5 Plus because space is an issue for me again here. But yeah, I don't know. I think probably standard Ender 5 over Ender 5 Plus. But I don't know for certain. Oh, come on. These screws are... All right, we'll just let it hang for a sec. Don't break the carbon fiber part. It's weird, it doesn't call for washers on these ones, but. Okay, let's do it to the other side. Yeah, I do think the Mercury one is a pretty awesome looking setup. One, I like that it kind of breathes new life into the Ender 5 or Ender 5 Plus or Ender 5 Pro. There's a lot of Ender 5s out there. I know they weren't as popular as the Ender 3, I think primarily due to price. Their motion setup, I think, is better. But yeah, the idea of being able to convert those into pretty sweet CoreXY printers is exciting. And I got to see 2 of them at Mirth, which got me even more excited. Seeing them in person, I'm like, wow, these things are super cool. They're rocking EVA 2.4s. You can do like the Afterburner, I think, or Stealth Burner as well, but we're gonna go with the EVA 2.4. I'd like to do a 3.0, but it's my understanding there's quite a bit of converting that had to be done to get it to work. And so I'm just going to go with whatever they recommend as part of it. I don't think it comes with the extruder hot end, that's up to you, so I'm probably going to be using the Drop Effect XG. Probably going to use the Drop Effect XG for it with the Orbiter V2. I think that's the game plan. 0.2 hasn't officially launched yet, has it? Or did it? And I missed it. I hope that the Mercury one, I like to be able to swap my hot ends easily with my borons. Oh, interesting. I wonder if they're planning on doing the Stealth Burner, I wouldn't be against doing that either. You're going to have to lower the rod holders for the Z-axis. Wait, you're going to have to lower the rod holders for the Z-axis. These guys? You're saying these are too high? How can I lower them? Oh, you mean like actually, like drilling lower? I hope not. I would rather lose Z height than drill. The one, let's see, the 1.1 goes with EVA 2.4. I'm building mine with a Dragon High Flow and Orbiter V2. Yeah. The 1.1's like the latest version of it, right? That's my understanding. Okay, it's needing the finalization manual. Gotcha. Yeah, the EVA 2.4 has been solid for me. I don't really have any complaints. It's been fantastic on the V-Minion. I will probably upgrade the V-Minion to the 3.0 just because I can. and it has the, and I'm probably going to be doing some modding to it at some point, but I don't have any complaints about the 2.4. It's been phenomenal. Okay, we are going to be doing the giveaway now. So if you've not entered in, do so. Hey, there he is. Edge of 3D. So yeah, Edge of 3D is the awesome person that did the builds for the Mercury ones that I saw at Mirth. And his were sick because they were dual toned. He like painted them like in the slicer, and then I think he used the ERCF to print them out, and the accents look absolutely gorgeous. Yeah. Those were both Merc ones. Yeah, okay, Merc one, exactly. Because I remember they were running, both were running the EVA tool heads. Okay, giveaway time. Where are we formed? Okay, 66, somebody just snuck in. All right, I'll give anyone, whoever just got here, I'm unpinning this. If you're filling it out, you've got 60 seconds, and then we're going with it. Monkey? What's wrong, dude? You out there crying? No crying. We don't cry. Huh? We don't cry. Maybe he was sleeping. Maybe I just thought he was crying. Oh. Gotcha. Okay, Carlos, you're talking about the Mercury one. Now I put 2 and 2. Yeah, I just watched, it's funny, Edge of 3D, I just watched part of your video last night on the Ender 3 belt conversion. I have a doggo cam win. Monkey doesn't stay in a place long enough for there to be a doggo cam. Huh. You move around a lot. You wanna come here? I gotta pick you up really quick. Okay, we gotta do a giveaway, Bubba. Oh, I'll pick you up for like 2 seconds. Oh, what's up, kiddo? Oh, Aaron holds him like this, like a baby. That's my AirPod. Don't look at my AirPod. Camera's right there. Say hi. Right there. No, they're right over there. Huh? What's up, big guy? Were you out there crying or was I hearing things? Sound like you were crying. Your mama will be home in like an hour, dude. Yeah, 45 minutes. Mama will be home. They'll be so happy. They'll be so happy. All right, there you go, kiddo. This boy sheds so much. Okay. Okay, Doggo definitely just wants kisses. All right, one other person got in. Let's do this now. I'm grabbing all of this. Hey, Polymaker entered into the Polymaker giveaway. Polymaker wins, I'm laughing. I'm gonna freak out. I think we still have the pizza wheel of names. Let's see. Oh yeah, we do. Okay, 67 people. Let's go. Let me change the name of this. Polymaker. Oops, what? Filament. Giveaway. All right. Hey, G-Funny, thank you for the gift of membership. Alien, you got a gift of membership. That has to be the second or third time that I think G-Funny is gifted a membership and you've gotten it. Thanks, G-Funny. Okay, here we go. So it's still pizza. I haven't got a chance to change it back to the Modbot head. So we're rocking the pizza. Everybody's names are here. There's 67 entries and 67 people here. So let's go ahead and shuffle this a couple of times. We enter all our giveaways to see one. Oh, that's funny. I like that. Massive thank you to Polymaker as always. For anyone that joined recently or missed it, Polymaker actually provided a 50% off coupon. It's good for another 15 minutes, if my calculations are correct. And it's US only, so us.polymaker, and you have to have $150 in your cart to get the half off, and I think free shipping is included. Yeah, there's the coupon code, modbot50 now. So if you're interested, take advantage of it. There's only 15 minutes left, but massive thank you to Polymaker for the coupon, for allowing us to do this every single week, for the 1 year 10 spools that they provided. They've been absolutely incredible, both for projects I'm working on and just supporting the community as a whole. So thank you to Polymaker. Thank you to Nick from Polymaker, who's my contact and absolutely just an awesome guy, and everybody else involved over there. So with that being said, let's shuffle this up. Good luck, everybody. 3, 2, 1, here we go. The bots are back. Okay, doesn't look like Polymaker's taking it. Burnt in, was that Phoenix? It doesn't look like the burnt in, I think we'll go with Phoenix. Congratulations, you are the winner. That is a new name that I have not seen before. So I will send you an email, vibrations. I will send you an email tonight with the form that you need to fill out, basically just where to ship to, what filament you would like, and the awesome I picture little like gnome elves at Polymaker shipping out all the filament very quickly, but then another part of me thinks that Nick quickly goes to the factory and packages everything up. But they will send you the filament, and shipping time is always pretty dang quick. If you're in the US, it's super quick, and if you're outside the US, then it could be a little bit longer. But yeah, they are awesome, and it's all PLA, ABS, PTG, and ASA, except for exotic, so not like carbon filled or glass filled stuff like that. So congratulations. Yeah, Nick is a speedy runner. All right, let's get back to trying to make some progress on this. Now, Monkey's laying out here. Excuse me, Bubba, I gotta get back to building, dude. I've been talking all stream. Hardly got anything done. Okay, so we've got all the bolts in. Cool, we did that. So now I will tighten things in place. Let me make sure there's nothing. Let me make sure there's nothing else I need to do prior. Let's see, so we're done with that right here. Countersink bolts, so bolts. Yeah, it all looks great. I just need to tighten it all down. We've got this. Oh, sweet, there he is. Yes, it's Phoenix. I'm usually watching because I'm driving. I'm unloading at a stop now. Hey, no worries, congratulations. Let's go. Oh, that's the wrong one. Let's go here. Hey, excuse me, Bubba. I gotta work. I can't work with you right under me. He says, you called me over here. Okay, so now I think we'll start by tightening the carbon fiber parts on the extrusions, and we'll use these holes. These seem to be kind of like cheat holes. Oops. Nick? Oh, Nick. That's hilarious. Yeah, the event looked awesome. I will absolutely be building one at some point. It is way up there on my list. Curious to see if there ends up being like a... Well, I know there's a new weapon, right? I feel like Edge of Tech was talking about that on his stream. There's like a new front piece now, right? And I also heard that people are making some tweaks that make it where it's a little bit easier to repair certain parts of it. I think. Let's see. I love the rush of a discount like that. Kudos to Polymaker. Yeah, it definitely makes you act quick. Hey, thank you for the donation. Nice.
Just because, smiley face.
I appreciate it, man. I'll send you the Polymaker Special Edition Hammerhead files. Yes, please. Okay, it was Monkey crying. Why are you crying, kiddo? Huh? Like I said, your mom will be home in like 45 minutes, kid. He was good all day. Okay, so that side's done. Let me get these guys over here. Does anybody in chat have a Mercury 1? Luke, you're building one, right? You're mid-building one? Well, Edge and Edge of 3D, Scott, you don't count. I know you have. I know you have at least 2. You do count, but anybody otherwise, I'm just curious. And if not, do you know of the project? Because I hadn't heard of it until Fabrico had originally told me about it, and I was like, okay, that's pretty freaking cool. Oh, man. Mercury 1 is the... Yeah. It converts an Ender 5 or 5 Pro or Plus into CoreXY. There's like a couple different elements of it, though, because... Part of it is you could just convert it to a CoreXY, and then there's the Hydra mod, which is super freaking cool, that converts it from just like the same bed setup, which is just supported on the backside, to a 3-point lead screw, tramming setup, which requires a board swap. And then there is like the tool head. Well, I guess tool head's part of the base one, I think. Okay, I think those are tight enough. Now I just need to tighten the 2 on the carbon fiber. We should be good. Oh, Tony's building one. Nice. I have the parts printed, and we'll be tearing the gantry down under 5 after your stream. Awesome. Okay, so you haven't started yours then, Luke. You have the parts printed. 0F. What is the 0Fs mod? I thought for some reason I feel like that's a is that a V0 mod or no? It's an Ender mod or Ender 5 mod. I gotta run again, folks. Thanks you funny for the membership. It was a great stream. Use discount. Hey, thanks for hanging out, Alien. I think you won't be here next week, you said. So if we don't see you next week, hopefully the following week, man. Even 2.42 linear rails on X and Y. Okay. If I recall, you can just do a Voron Legacy on an Ender 5 frame. Oh, interesting. Ender 5s are nonsense printers. Sending 2 of them to Houston. Never should exist. A lot of people like the Ender 5s. There's a pretty big community for it because it's like you get the stability of the cube frame without having the well, it's not CoreXY, but you get the stability of the cube frame. I think my biggest gripe, because I didn't mind the Ender 5, I liked the Plus better, primarily because it's just supported better, like the bed. My biggest gripe about the Ender 5 in general is the bed that's sort of like a cantilever style, where it's only supported on one side and kind of just hangs. I don't dig that. Okay, hopefully that's tight enough. But yeah, the printer itself, I didn't mind. It took up space that I didn't have back then because of its cube shape. But I had relatively good luck with them. Oh. No such thing, gotcha. It's typically crowded where they have past idea cheap out. Still better than a bed slinger though, because of space efficiency. Oh, it's sliding. The left side, I can hear the bearings on this side when it goes slow. I did take them apart though. I actually took the bearings apart and dropped them in IPA and completely lubed them all up to see if I can make things better. And they're pretty cheap rails. You have the option to go high wind, and most of them seem fine, but one of the smaller MGN 9 rails were pretty cheap. But it seems like it's sliding smooth enough. Hopefully it won't be problematic. I don't feel any, other than the sound I'm hearing, I don't feel any snags. It feels pretty smooth. It's almost midnight here. Lost track of time and again. Punch stream. Have a good night. I know that one. I've done that plenty of times, Christian. Thanks for hanging out, man. Have a wonderful night. Hope you get a good night's sleep. All right. Important, check smoothness. Before installing the XY belts, if you feel uneven pressure while sliding the X along Y direction, loosen and retighten those bolts. Yeah, the worst, all of the linear rails on this seem fine. The one that concerns me is this guy. You guys can't see that, can you? This one on this side concerns me a little bit. And I did what I could. When I took it apart, the rail, there's like a little rail inside that holds the balls in place. And on one of the sides, it was quite bent. But like when I move it slowly, if I move it slowly with one finger, it has like little stick spots. However, if I move it from the center, when they're both together, it's fine. I don't know how much you can hear that sound. I have to turn this off and get back to work. Hey, thanks for stopping by, Scott. I appreciate it. Have a great rest of your day. I'm excited to build the Mercury 1. So hopefully it'll work fine. Again, I don't like the sound I'm hearing. I don't know if you guys can hear it. I don't feel like you'd be able to. Here, let me do this. Let me see if you guys can hear this. If I take it off and go like this, I'll follow it. not so much on this direction. It's like one direction. Can you hear that? Like, going back is fine. So, like, this direction is relatively fine. We go the other direction. It almost sounds like, yeah, One Direction is a band. Alright, I'll mute the music so you guys can hear it. Oh, it's lubed up. Like, it is very, very lubed up. I've opened it and I looked. So the issue is with this one in particular, because of the fact that the rail well, let me see if I can find a good image to sort of describe this. 1 second. Let's see. A bit easier with a hopefully I can find a visual representation to tell you, explain what it looks like on the inside. There we go. This looks slightly different than what I've got. I guess this is probably good enough though. So basically, if I don't cover it, there we go, like that. So let's say like this is the linear rail, right? Although this one looks slightly different. There's a little metal rail that holds all the balls in place, and they're all pretty bent on these rails. But on that one, it is super bent. And so if I try to push the balls around like through their path to see if there's a gap or not, it just causes them to pop out. So I've had to put the balls back in a couple times. So it's almost impossible for me to tell whether there's missing balls. I can take it off and just add and see if it makes it any better, but I'm not entirely sure that I can. Noise gate, yeah, noise is probably filtering up. Heat risers, so printers like Enterprise Plus are great for printing filaments that are sensitive to warping. You keep the print zone area different. Sorry, Ted. There will be next week. There will be next week. Hopefully the meeting went well. Man, the it looks like, oh yeah, G Funny already got it. G Funny was quick. So I suppose it might be worth taking that rail off. Which I really don't want to freaking do. If I do it, I'm gonna do it on my own time and see. Otherwise, we'll just rock with it. When the I really don't like that sound. I mean, the motion does feel pretty smooth. I don't know. Maybe we just build it, and so that way we can see how it is as is, since that is how it showed up. From everything I've seen, there's supposed to be a slight, like, I think a 1 ball or 2 ball gap in it. It's not supposed to be completely tight. Like the little ball bearings are supposed to be at least a gap the size of either 1 or 2 balls. I can't remember. Is there a nick in the rail running us? I don't think it's in the rail. Okay, yours have been 2 ball gap. Okay. Yeah, I just don't like the sound. To be perfectly honest, it's full. It feels smooth like that. I mean, again, when I go slow on this side, I can feel like some resistance. Like if you look, let's see. Like it's resisting right there. I kind of have to push a hair beyond it, but it's minimal. And if I go from the center, oh, it does stop right there. I think we just roll with it, guys. I'm curious. Like when the motion moves back and forth, it feels very smooth. Like We'll see. Does it feel gritty? Yeah, this one does feel, this one feels different than the rest of them. I knew that from the beginning because I checked them all out and was like, huh, this one doesn't feel nearly as smooth as the rest of them. Yeah, they're lubricated pretty heavily. When I opened them up, because I opened them up, soaked them in IPA, and then I took the grease and rubbed it all over the ball bearings, and then basically put it back on and then fed it back and forth. I made sure no balls fell out though during the process. Yeah, well, we're gonna stick with it and just see. Let's see. Before installing the XY belts, if you feel uneven pressure while sliding, loosen and retighten the bolts gradually. Criteria: the front and rear end should be on the front and rear end of the 2Y rails. Please check the joints between. Please check. It'll wear in. My rails are so smooth now compared. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's a good point. I mean, I feel like the bearings will eventually cause probably a slight indentation, similar to like the LM8U style bearings will typically eventually eat a bit into the smooth rods anyway. So I'd imagine it's similar. But yeah, I mean, it's not like we're moving, you know, like it's a finger. And the sound of that sound that's kind of bugging me, I don't think I'll notice it once it's fully enclosed and printing. Like the printer will be much louder than that little bit of motion sound I'm hearing. So, okay. All right, next up we are doing the extruder carriage. So let's move this. Oh, jeez. Yeah, I mean it's sliding. Okay. Hey, it's TV. Okay, so we need this. We need this. Pretty much all the carbon fiber parts. This is the bottom part. Let's see. Carbon fiber, printed X end stop cap. What is that? What is, okay. Follow the steps below to assemble the extruder carriage. We'll leave the pancake E-stepper and PMG extruder later in the chapter. Attach upper and lower belt clamps to extruder carriage, but don't fasten bolts at this moment. Okay. Gotta run. Have a good rest of your day. Hey, thanks for hanging out, Pi. Have a great evening. You're almost at the same point as Nero. Yeah, I saw he streamed on... I don't know if anyone has really done any long-term testing on this. You may be the guinea pig. Well, I'll report back. Obviously, we'll see print quality and stuff like that. So, yeah, I think Nero got done with the XY as well, right? I'm not... Attach the upper and lower belt clamps to extruder carriage. Don't fasten bolts at this moment. What does it mean? Just don't do them super tight? Okay, it says M3. So this says M3 15, M3 washers. I need to have sleep. I wake up and oh man, yeah. Get a good night's sleep. Nice. Thanks for hanging out, man. We'll go a little bit further and then we'll continue. We'll continue next week. All right. Oh, you know what I need to do? I turned off. There we go. Okay, so. It looks like M3x15 and washer goes through here, and it goes through here. Then it goes, we need one more washer on this side. And then a standoff. Okay, so maybe, I don't know, I won't overly tighten those right now. Feels weird using standoffs. It feels like I'm building a PC. I mean, that's like primarily the only time I think I've used standoffs. All right, one more. Bye, nice. Hopefully we'll see you next week. A PC or quadcopter. Yeah, I haven't built any quadcopters. I will say that like Nero playing around with drones is definitely like giving me the itch to. I was very close to getting a DJI Mini for my birthday, but ended up not. And it would be really fun to build one at some point. I use 20mm standoffs to mount the CAN boards. Oh, that's a interesting. I think the only thing I've used tool board wise is just like a printed spacer. But yeah, these would work great. Okay, so we got that. Now, oh man, I goof? I did goof. Okay, so these are supposed to be standoffs. Down here, it's the right bolt, but it looks like a nylon lock nut on the other side. Yeah, it says M3x15 and a washer, and then nylock. So, okay, so we will just loosely fit all these right now. Okay, and then on the other side, it looks like, okay, that looks like the belt would go through. Oh, that's probably why it doesn't want me to fully tighten them then, is because we're gonna need to route a belt through here. That's the only thing I can think of. So there's a opening for the belt there. And then that side doesn't have much of an opening. Okay, we'll figure it out. Then we need more of these. I get the round anodized aluminum standoffs. Where do you order them from? Just like eBay or something like that, or Ali? Okay, back to these. There's a bunch of M3 washers that spilled out in my tub right here. I'm trying to use up, let's see. There we go. I think I got all of them. If you get a quad, you probably don't want to go with a tiny one as your first. They break extremely easily. Get something more sturdy so that it doesn't break when you hit things. So I'm torn, right? Because part of the reason I would want to get a quad, and like the reason why I was interested in the Mini was portability, because a big part of it is that I love video and landscape stuff, and I thought that it would be a lot of fun just to use it, mostly just for getting footage, right? Like out in nature and stuff like that. But I'd be lying if I didn't say that the FPV like crazy stuff doesn't look awesome as well. So, and I think that, you know, with that, I'd be much more likely to break some things because it just looks insane and a lot more like unstable, I guess. I don't know if that's how I would describe it. Yeah, unstable. From what I've seen from the DJI, like I flew my buddy's like Mavic years ago, and I mean it's like pretty automated, you know. Okay, AliExpress. Can you laser cut out carbon fiber plates? I don't know that you can laser cut carbon fiber out. I know carbon fiber is supposed to be terrible to machine at all. There is a few people that had reached out when I was working at Matter Hackers asking if they could CNC carbon fiber, and it's incredibly bad to do. The correct way I think to do it is actually machining it underwater, so that way the dust and debris just goes in the water and you can kind of flush it through some kind of filtration system. But yeah, I don't know as far as lasers go. Oh, is the autofocus tripping? I'll put on manual focus. We're not really moving a lot right now. Who won the giveaway? Still no audio. Out drinking. Out drinking? Nice. The who won the giveaway? It was something Phoenix. You can, but you need to exhaust the fumes to the outside. R2 works great. Very hard to mess up with sensor. Yeah, the sensors look insane. I've watched some videos of like someone trying to like drive it into a tree, and I'm pretty sure it stopped if I remember correctly. Yeah, they look really cool. Again, I just think it depends on what you want. You know, do you want like there's a whole scene around FPV flying, and it looks really exhilarating. I'm sure like my heart would be pounding. But then there's also like just kind of cruising, like beautiful, slow landscape shots on the forest and stuff that sounds awesome. Okay, so the outer ones need nylon lock nuts as well, it looks like. So 2 more of these, 2 more lock nuts, and 4 washers. It feels like another one of those cases of, like with 3D printing, do you want the printer that you mod or do you want a printer that just works? Like, I feel the same way about drones. Like, I would want just the one that I can use and do really cool, you know, photo, video stuff with, and then the one that's like the hacking drone that I'm doing crazy stuff with, and, you know, if I'm breaking it, I'm repairing it and stuff like that. I carry a Mavic Mini. Oh, sick, dude. That's awesome. I had no idea. Mostly for cool landscape shots then too? Hey, don't be licking your feet in here. Delilah's giving you bad habits. You don't lick those paws. Delilah licks her paws raw, man. It's a big problem. Okay. So I'm not going to clamp any of these down yet because I think, again, belts need to go through. But we've at least got this sort of... you don't want to breathe the car. Yeah. Mine just can't see to the rear. I have a friend here in Phoenix that flies them professionally. He's racing one. Oh my god, yeah. It makes it makes me like uncomfortable just thinking about it. Carbon fiber is best milled, but as you know, the dust can severely harm your lungs. So you must have a vacuum system in place for it. Yeah. The Follow Me tech. Yeah, that sounds. One of my coworkers in my last job did a lot of playing soccer, and he would show me on his phone some of the videos that he would get of it just kind of flying around, recording him playing soccer or running on a trail. That was super cool. I don't know, Lisa. It's been 10 years of the same thing where she like licks her paws raw. I mean, like to the point of bleeding and like eating herself. Like it's bad. It is really bad. I've taken her to the doctor and haven't really determined anything. She's been on limited ingredient diet for years now, and now she's on limited ingredient and sensitive stomach. I have a feeling it's stress. I have a feeling it's stress more than allergies, but I don't know. I've tried basically what I can think of, and it's been just awful. Like it goes through chapters in life where she's good for a bit, then she's terrible. Last night I just ordered another one of the like inflatable cone of shames because ours didn't make the move, because I saw that her foot, she had like a blood patch on it, so it sucks. It really sucks. I flew my FPV quad for the first time last week. They're rebuilding it with a new frame. Stream is this week. Yeah, the drones have been something I've always been interested in. There's a, that scared me. It's just a fly. There is a YouTube, well, he used to do YouTube, and then he completely stopped doing YouTube, and I really enjoyed his work. So he's an AR lower, Tech 2C. This guy, Peon 230 used to do 3D printing videos. Let me see if I can find him on here. Tech 2C. Early on, like really early on when I got into 3D printing. Let me see. Like I used to watch his stuff. So this was the printer build that I was watching back in the day. And yeah, this one, the Peon 230, literally 7 years ago. So ever since this, I've been interested in doing some form of like quad or drone or 3D printing stuff. And then I saw the DJI stuff and was like, that would be cool too. But seeing you messing around with drone stuff is like really making me want to do that, man. Like some kind of drone stuff. Although I will say that I watched part of your, I think it was the members only stream when you were playing around with the flight controller. I think you were for flashing it, and it looked incredibly frustrating. That part of it does not look fun at all, but the actual flying portion of it and like customizing it and yeah, just doing, like the flying part seems awesome. So you can 3D print a frame for a quad, but above the really small ones, it's really not worth it. With the larger ones, way too many downsides. Gotcha. Yeah, I think most of the ones I've seen, there used to be a really big, what's the project? 1 second here, if I search 3D printed drone, because there was one I was gonna build, and I think that they went out of business. 3D printed, I don't even know if I can find it anymore. Quadcopter. Yeah, I don't think it exists anymore. There used to be a kit that was a combination of 3D printed stuff and non-3D printed stuff, and I was really interested in it. It wasn't super cheap, if I remember correctly. I'm sure if I look on YouTube, let me see here. I mean, the biggest part of me being interested in 3D printing it, quad, would be just because it incorporates 3D printing for the sake of it. Like, because, you know, we have 3D printers and the channels are 3D printing. That would be pretty much the extent of it. None of these look like the one I remember seeing. Oh, there it is. I think this was it. Hovership was the company, if I remember correctly. Yeah, this was it. The Hovership MHQ2. That's what I was planning on building when I was looking at it a long time ago. Hey, what's up? Do it? They're a money pit. Our largest drone customers use Polymaker PLA to make indestructible. I mean, I guess you could break it if you want to. Interesting. I know I have lightweight ASA and lightweight PLA. That's like the foaming type, and I know that that's really popular in the RC plane community. But yeah, these guys, I think, went out of business because I was interested in it and went back to their website. Yeah, I was bummed because I think I had finally gotten to the point where I was like, you know what? I've got a little bit of money set aside. I'm gonna build one of these. And then I went to their website and this is what I saw, which sucks. Wait, was that video from 8 years ago? Oh my God, yeah. Well, that's, I got my first printer in 2014, man. So that's when I started looking into all the 3D printing projects. Yeah, it was, well, time goes by too quick. That's all I gotta say. Time goes by way too quick. All right. Where are we on this build? Okay, we were doing the front. We're done with that. We're done with that. That's that. Countersunk bolts, M3. Okay, so I think we're bolting it to the. I think we're bolting. Oh no! I dropped my nuts. No. Oh, I don't know how many fell. I felt at least 2 hit the ground. Oh, there's one. Dang it. Carpet, I like carpet for the comfort aspect. I hate it for when I drop things. It's so hard to find things. All right. Okay, yeah, let's try to mount this. I think that's what we're supposed to do at this point. All right, moving this to the side. Sorry, monkey. He's like, what's happening? I have not tightened any of the bolts on this X carriage mount. There we go. All right, that's in focus enough. All right. So this kind of just, there's like a perfect little cutout for this guy to sit like that. And then we need, what are they, M3 by 6s, which are gonna be these little guys. What are you crying for, Bubba? He knows it's almost time for mom to be home. She gets off in 7 minutes. He gets weirder, like, he starts off okay in the morning, and then each hour he gets a little bit weirder until she comes home. And then he's happy. I just cannot, I do not provide the same level of, I guess, like, comfort and affection as Aaron does for Mr. Monkey. I do my best, though. He's definitely, he's grown on me a lot over the years. Especially once I went full remote with work, and he was hanging out with me every day. I'm like, all right, buddy. Okay, that one's slightly in. I will say CoreXY printers are much harder for me to stream and get good shots of it. Like once you get the cube together, it kind of hides the lighting and makes it a little bit tougher. Granted, the carbon fiber is not doing us any favors. It's just so dark on camera. Hey, what's up, Nuno? Happy Wednesday. He had to arrange himself. Yeah, he's like the normal morning is, so Aaron gets up for work way earlier than me. Oops, I work later because I like the video stuff I do at Lightburn. I usually work a bit midday, and then I put in a night shift most always because I just find myself to be more focused at night and I'm able to be more productive. But yeah, when she goes to work, he'll run to the door, wait for her to take off, and then it's always he jumps up on the bed and goes under the sheets, like, and he just sleeps there for quite a while. I'm not exactly sure this is supposed to be. Yeah, I guess any you're right, any cube printer, not CoreXY specifically, but anything in a cube, like bedslinger style printers are much easier for me to show on camera. Getting camera shots of CoreXYs can be tricky. Yeah, the black background is not helping with light, and the carbon fiber as well. I'm just looking at the camera and it's just struggling to grab onto something. Okay, should be able to take these guys out now, these little stoppers. Yeah, the positron will be the opposite problem. It'll be too much light. All right, cool. So that is in place. Now what do we do? That looks good. Fasten the extruder, we did that. Wait, what? Nylock M3. Fasten the extruder carriage linear block. Wait, what? I don't understand this. That can't be right. Nero, are you still here? What did you do here? It looks like this is saying, I was supposed to attach these with M3 by 06, which makes sense, countersunk, which is what I just did. But then now here it's saying to use nylon and like bolts, and it doesn't make any sense to me. That's not, I couldn't use that if I wanted to. There's no, the carriage is behind it. It must be a mistake. Nero is not in the participants list currently. All right. It doesn't make sense. Even here doesn't add up. They're saying to use a M3 by 15 in the washer. But right here, there's no M3 by 15 in the washer. So it has to be that it's just incorrect. And now it wants us to put the trigger point. Let's see, trigger point. Click the X end stop to the left XY joiner. What? Oh, okay, gotcha. It's saying, okay, this makes sense. I'll show you guys this. Yeah, it doesn't, it's completely, I mean, it's not just slightly wrong, like it is very, very wrong. The documentation on this has multiple times made me wonder, like, am I insane? And the answer is yes, but not for the reasons and this build is making me think. All right, so I believe this guy clamps on like this, push it in, and then it just snaps into place like that. And I think that's so. Nope, that's not. I think it's supposed to trigger the switch, which it is not doing. Okay. Oh, I got it. Cool. Okay. I don't know if you guys can hear it, but there's a little notch that sticks out, and that's to connect with the actual switch on the homing switch, and it just needs to be exactly aligned with it. So a little adjustment, now it clicks perfectly fine. So that works well, and Y-axis working well. So sweet. All right. Well, it actually shows the trigger point right there. Okay, now beta version only. So we're going to ignore all of this. All of this. Wait, at what point do I attach the belts? Huh, okay. Okay. So I think we're good on the carriage. Everything's loose on here, but I think it's supposed to be that way until we finalize belt paths, which doesn't look like it happens till later on. This is all beta stuff, so we can skip past all of this. And it says optional servo 42C fix. The elasticity nylon washers used between can be the cause of loose bolts and creating skews, grinding step or shaft, especially in a heated chamber. Well, that doesn't sound good. Your spacers, it doesn't sound good at all. I got 25 kilogram with oh my God. I'm curious to see. I don't think I can see exactly what's ordered, but I'm curious to see how much. Some people ordered an insane amount of filament, more than I had anticipated. That's nuts. At least you got your primaries covered. Oh, no way, your Modbot hat already showed up? Which one did you go with, G-Funny? You went with the baseball cap style, right? Not the, I kind of wish I'd gone with that. Just those caps typically hurt my head. But I still haven't received mine. I ordered mine 2 weeks before the live stream that we had last week. Aaron showed up. You got the snapback and what the heck? Did you go with camo or black and white, or what color did you go with? Or the black and gray? The camo one, Aaron showed up, but my black and gray one is the one I ordered. It hasn't showed up yet. I'm jealous. I don't, maybe it's because your location. Yeah, you got the same one as me. Am I, what the heck? I've waited 3 weeks for mine. That's awesome. I'm glad yours showed up. I hope mine shows up any day now because I thought I was gonna have it a long time ago. Oh, interesting. This wants to use Loctite, which I don't have. My hat should be here tomorrow, but what the heck? They are adjustable too. I just don't. Oh, they are. Did you get yours, Lisa? The ball cap style? I didn't realize that those were adjustable as well. I'll probably order one of those as well. I like the small design and the bold design. Yeah, I agree, Cookie. It's like, as long as you've got the like physical space to store the filament, it's not like 3D printing is all of a sudden going to be like, but wait, it no longer uses filament. At least I don't see anything coming anytime soon that's going to be replacing filament stuff. Oh, you got both? Oh, nice. Yeah, I really want my hat. My hair is getting to the point now where it's really long, and I have been wearing beanies, but it sticks up on the back, so I need a good hat. Okay, so the elasticity of nylon washers used between it and the stepper can be the cause of loose bolts, not belts, and create skewing, grinding stepper shaft, especially in a heated chamber. The bolt and nylon spacer might loosen after a long, especially heated chamber. The armature might grind surrounding magnets due to loosening of caps. Your spacers must be small enough so they will not hit the surrounding areas. The spacer must be thick enough so there's, did anyone watch Nero's stream? Did he do this? It also wants me to trim the bottom of these stepper drivers. Like, what did Nero do in his? Did he do this? Okay, no. We don't have to do this. So, looking at, check this out. All right. There's so nylon. These are not nylon. Did autofocus? I thought I put autofocus back on. Yeah. These have metal standoffs, which is nice, so I don't have to worry about that. And I think that the only reason they would want you to trim the standoffs is to prevent them from touching the backside of the stepper. Oh, this is bent a little bit. Which the clearance, the clearance is pretty large on this. That's not gonna happen. I think this is where he okay. I don't think he got this far. Okay. All right. Well, tell him when he gets to this part, that to look to see if he has nut standoffs or nylon standoffs. The nut standoffs, you shouldn't have to do this. Because basically, from what I'm seeing here, it's saying that the elasticity of nylon can be affected, but again, we can completely ignore that considering ours is metal. And then here it says, trim these pins so they won't touch the stepper body. And I'm looking at this, and with these nuts, with these nut standoffs, there's plenty of clearance, so we shouldn't have to do this. Okay, this page is for the MKS Servo 42Cs. Check the next page if you're using Big Tree Text. These are, I don't know what these are. I think these are the, where's the Big Tree Text ones? Okay, so these are Big Tree Tech ones. Okay, these don't look like, yeah, these are not, Big Tree Text has a logo. Okay, so we are using these ones, which are the MKS Servo 42Cs. All right, let's at least get these. Oh man, you'd want to stick to the nylon standoffs. Why would you want to stick to the nylon standoffs? According to the documentation, you don't want to stick to the nylon standoffs. I'm gonna use it as it shows up, but yeah. I'm gonna use it as it showed up, but it looks like they are not using nylon standoffs anymore. They are using metal bolts. I'm gonna open the front door because Aaron should be home any minute and the dogs are freaking out. Yeah, let's see if we can get these motors mounted and then we can run the belts next week. Or maybe I'll run the belts on my own time, we'll see. There you go, Bubba. Oh, there's an Amazon package. We'll get it in a little bit. Okay. All right, so we need printed stepper holder, which I should have 2 of these guys. I'm hoping that the tolerances won't be a problem because so far, where are they? So far the tolerances have been a little bit of an issue on these ASA parts that I printed out. We've got these guys right here, so there's 2 of those. Bolts M3 by 06s. M3 06. Interesting. Oops, are these the M3? Hopefully we've got more of these M3 by 6s because it looks like we used them all. Those are standoffs, M4s, M4s. Nope. These are M3 by 20s. There we go. M3 by 6s, right? Is what I need. Yeah, we got plenty of them. M3 by 6, cool. Washers are over here. M3 washers. And we need flanged nut, the M4 nuts, which we hopefully have enough of still. I feel like we've used a ton of them. Man, we are getting low on these M4 flanged nuts. I hope that we have. I'm not convinced we have enough of them. 1. Okay, we do. There's another little bag right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, we are very low on those. We need the 16 teeth pulley, 5mm bore, 2 teeth. Okay. This says 5. Hopefully this is right. It just, it says we want the 5mm, not 6mm, but then the bag says 5.6. Hopefully I've got, I think I was just using some, yeah. I got my calipers over here. I was just using them last night. 5.6. All right, well, which one is it, guy? All right, let's see. Okay, these are 5. All right. Oh, silly. Oops. All right. So we've got these, and then M4 by 10 bolts, which I should have a lot of those somewhere. M4 by 10s. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8. Okay. Take the vents on the frame as reference and make sure the orientation of the ST4, take the vents on the frame, make sure the orientation of the pulleys are correct. Okay. front, rear. Okay, so we need, it looks like metal. Where are these holders? Oh no, it's gonna go to the aggressive song next. I know the last song. Why don't I see? Oh, are they down below? No. All right, I'm either blind. Oh, here they are. Yeah, I'm blind. They're here. Okay. Whoa. Whew. Gotta run Home Depot. Oh, nice. It's like one of my favorite places. Have fun. Zombie said he's here, but his audio's muted. He can't hear anything. So maybe if you tag him, you can get a hold of him, but I was confused if he was at work. One of his messages says he was out drinking, but I don't know if he was joking or not, or what he's really doing. Okay. So it looks like we want these are the printed parts. Let's see. So it looks like we're taking these larger lock nuts and just kind of placing them in here like this. Let's just say things. Oh, he's on a work trip. Gotcha. That makes sense then. Yeah, he posted a comment, or he posted in chat not that long ago. Okay. So these do seem like the tolerances are plenty fine. They're actually loose, so hopefully they'll hold in place like that. And then we're taking the bends of the frame, assemble the nut holders, stepper mounts. Okay, so yeah, these basically are going to go over the top of these like this. Shoot. Okay, so they stay in place, but not very well. About to grill some burgers? Oh man, oh, I'm getting so hungry. I've had a bowl of cereal today. Enjoy your burgers. Oh, it sounds so good. Make one for me, please. As soon as Erin will be home and like, well, she should be home any second actually, but whenever she's home, the first thing on my mind is gonna be, what are we gonna do for dinner? We're gonna be doing some like cleaning and stuff around here, because my brother and sister-in-law are coming in tomorrow night. I don't feel like cooking, so I'm trying to see if I can convince her to run and grab a bite with me so we can get to work after. She's home now. Yeah, I think what I'm likely going to do is call it here, and I will get these bolted. I mean, the process looks straightforward enough to where I could explain it on the beginning of next stream. Basically just bolting these in place and possibly routing the belts. But I will let everyone know what we do. Because if we do that, then the bed will be easy, so we can do bed and extruder next week, and then hopefully move on to wiring and firmware for the following week, and then be printing. I think that's gonna be the game plan. They're so happy. They're so happy. Oh, they've been like, the whining has gotten so much worse. So I had to open the door because they just were crying, waiting for you to get home. I'm gonna end it right now. Yeah, I'm gonna call it. Oh, you heard me? She came and said, "You're so hungry." Yeah, I think. I don't know if you got one, but Tropical Smoothie emailed me after we left yesterday saying that, like, here's another free smoothie. So, I swear. So if you're up for it, I would be down for another wrap and smoothie if you're... Okay, yeah. So good. Okay, Aaron's making me super hungry. Anyways, thank you everybody for hanging out. Today was a lot of fun. We got the X-axis and Y-axis mounted. The extruder hot end carriage is in place. We still need to attach things to that, but I'm gonna get the servos or the stepper, closed loop steppers mounted before next week's stream and probably route the belts as well. So that way we can start the bed and the extruder and then hopefully get this thing printing within 2 weeks because I'm ready to have this printer printing and I'm hoping for the best. So again, thank you for everyone for hanging out. Polymaker, if you're still in chat, you are insane and amazing, and we appreciate you. Thank you very much for the very, very crazy coupon code. I hope everyone got plenty of printer food, and I look forward to seeing everyone next Wednesday. My brother and sister-in-law will be in town, but we won't do Monday streams, but we will keep to our regular Wednesday streams because we have things to build, and I will miss everybody way too much if we miss an entire week. So. On that note, I hope everybody has a fantastic rest of their Wednesday night or day, or everyone's in different time zones, and hopefully we will see everybody next Wednesday. Bye everyone, have a wonderful night.